in Linden, who lives on Penny Lane. You didn't know there was a Penny Lane in Linden. Beatles released the double A-sided single Strawberry Fields Forever and Penny Lane on Capitol Records. The single spent 10 weeks on the chart, peaking at number 1.
Paul McCartney pretty much wrote all of that, even though it's credited to Lennon and McCartney. So I'm reading about the song, and it says, so one of my favorite Beatles songs is In My Life, which is another nostalgic song, and it says John Lennon wrote that mostly, and there was a reference to Penny Lane in the lyrics of that song. But I looked at the lyrics and I don't see there's a reference to Penny Lane.
Well, maybe it's not Penny Lane, but another line from the song is referenced.
Well, I don't know, but at any rate, Paul McCartney said when they recorded In My Life, and there was this, they talked about Penny Lane, and he said, "I'm going to write a song about that street one day." And he did.
Another reason for doing that today.
Yes.
Paul McCartney did a surprise last-minute pop-up show in New York.
Amazing. Yeah.
He just shows up? Who does he think he is?
He put it online, and tickets were $50.
$50? That's it?
Yeah. He said, first come, first serve. People lined up around the block.
See, because that should be more than $50. Because to see Paul McCartney in a small venue,
it's
that's worth everything.
Yeah, he's probably in town for the 50th anniversary of Saturday Night Live.
Probably.
Oh, yeah.
He's 82 years old. Let's see how many people showed up. It was
500 and something.
It was a 575 capacity, the Bowery Ballroom in New York, and they, of course, obviously sold out every single ticket. $50. This is such a great song.
I know I'll never lose affection for people and things that went before. I know I'll often stop and think about them. In my life, I love you.
Maybe this is the Penny Lane reference. The harpsichord.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Because I can't think of any lyric in
I
here
don't
that's
either.
referencing Penny Lane.
Or maybe he took it out.
Maybe that was just made up.
And then, of course, there's Ringo.
Yeah. Penny Lane can't exist since we're not minting pennies anymore.
They haven't officially done away with that.
Yeah, there could be a problem with that. Like all of it. None of it thought through. Anyway, but yeah, Penny, I had it on vinyl, so.
Nice.
And Strawberry Fields, the other side of that, is a great song as well.
Here's the set he did. This was just Tuesday night.
That Paul McCartney did
Yeah.
in New York.
Yeah.
For 575 people.
Hard Day's Night. Letting Go, which is a Wing song. Got to Get You Into My Life. He played Foxy Lady.
What?
The Jimi Hendrix song.
Lady.
Yeah.
Wow.
My Valentine, Maybe I'm Amazed.
I've Just Seen a Face, a Beatles song.
Uh-huh.
From Me to You.
Oh, you have the list.
Yeah, Mrs. Vanderbilt, a Wing song. Blackbird. He did Jet, which was a Wing song. Oh, Bloody Blah Dog, Get Back. Now and Then, Lady Madonna, Let It Be, Hey Jude.
He did all the hits.
And then an encore, Golden Slumbers, Carry That Weight, and The End. That's amazing. I mean, it's just... And I just, how lucky would you have to be to get into that and see that show? And,
Yes.
And he's 82. And he still looks like a little boy. He's a cute little boy.
You never saw them, did you?
Cute little Liverpudlian. No, never did see the Beatles. I don't know if that were they. I don't think they were ever here.
No, I don't know if
When I was
when you were in New York.
No.
Did you ever have an experience like that in New York where you went to a small club? Or maybe
with Carrie. Yeah, we went to see
Crowded House.
Crowded House at a club in New York.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're really pretty small audience, and we sat and had drinks, and I was sure that a girl across the way was staring at me, and it was a really good show.
Oh, he was ready to throw down.
I mean, this is not even the same at all, but it's the thing I think of when we're talking about this. I was supposed to go see George Thorogood at Park West,
Uh-huh.
and it was raining, and they said, and I don't know how before social media you found out these things, but we found out that show was canceled, but they managed to get them down here at the Zephyr.
You know how you found out about that, Gina? I'll bet you heard it on the radio.
Maybe.
It could have been.
But it was like first come, first serve, because obviously the Park West crowd can't all fit in the Zephyr, and we made it down to see that. Now it's no Paul McCartney, but it was kind of fun to see them.
seeing great bands in clubs. We've all had the opportunity to do that here in Salt Lake. Seeing things at DV8 and the Zephyr. You know, seeing Bo Diddley at the DV8. You know, just a lot of great shows with fairly small venues.
Saw Ray Davis over here at the depot.
Oh yeah,
Long time ago. Great show.
Yeah, we've been very fortunate.
there it is. One bourbon, one scotch, one beer.
I'll tell you a story about the house went blue.
Love this.
I come home one Friday, had to tell the landlady I done lost my job. She said, that don't confront me, long as I get my money next Friday. Now next Friday I come, I didn't get the rent.
It's out the door I went.
Out the door I went.
I think the Zephyr was so small that when George Thorogood was there, it was just George Thorogood and the Destroyer. There was just there was only room for one Destroyer.
Yeah.
Just
Sorry,
one guy.
guys, I
Well,
can
they
only take one.
managed to get a bass and a snare drum up there, so it was three total people, but that was it.
So let me slide it on. I noticed when I
Saw
come home
Warren
in the evening,
Zevon
Oh
at the
yeah.
Zephyr.
she ain't got nothing nice to say to me. But for
It
5
does
years,
this for like 5
she was
minutes
so nice.
before it kicks into
No,
the
she would never
song.
done it. I come home one particular evening. The landlady said, you got the rent money yet?
I said no.
I said, no. Can't find no job. Therefore, I ain't got no money to pay the rent. She said, I don't believe you're trying to find no job. Said, I seen you today. You were standing on a corner, leaning up against a post.
I'm tired.
I said, but I'm tired. I've been walking all day. She said, that don't confront me. Long as I get my money next Friday. Now next Friday I come out, didn't have the rent.
Oh, there's just more excuses. I can't take this anymore.
This has been Farting Around with Carrie, Bill, and Gina on X96, Radio from Hell.
You're out, George.
George Thorogood, 74 years old and still touring. Mm-hmm. He's bad to the bone, baby. All right, let's take a break, and then we'll come back with your check-ins. 877-602-9696 is the number. Check in with the Radio from Hell show. I dare you.
Oh.
877-602-9696. Come on. Come on. Announcer Johnny, big news for the ladies, Ola.
Well.
And ladies, I've got big news for you.
Okay.
Rinso is now available in a new big economy size. It saves you money with mountains of thicker, richer suds for whites, coloreds, and dishes. Mrs. E. Miller of Cannonville says, with 9 in my family and 15 dozen barber towels a week, I'm changing to the big economy size. I'm proud of my snowy white Rinso wash. Well, thanks, Mrs. M. And Mrs. A. Adams of Aurora says, A new home and a new baby and Rinso are 3 of my blessings. Rinso keeps colored so fresh. I want the economy size for my family of 5. Well, you got it, Mrs. A. A fine lever product used by 2 out of 3 women. Rinso, now in the big economy size.
Ooh.
And now, when he walks into a room, women swoon and men step aside. He's your Beat Gina host, Carrie Jackson.
Oh, thank you, Johnny Ola.
You're welcome.
All right, it's going to be tricky today. The randomizer has picked Gina
Oh, hi,
to
Gina.
play Beat Gina.
Uh-oh.
Hi, everyone. This is Phone Gina again.
Phone Gina. Okay, that's how we'll differentiate.
Okay.
There's
Okay.
Gina and Phone Gina.
Got it.
All right, Phone Gina. We're going to toss a coin to see who goes first. You call it heads or tails.
Let's go ahead.
All right. It is heads.
Oh, you're one step closer, Phone Gina, to getting these tickets to see Cage the Elephant with Young the Giant June 20th at Utah First Credit Union Amphitheater.
All right, so Phone Gina, the first question is for you. It is Stanley Kubrick trivia today because it's Stanley Kubrick Death Day. Boy, this is going to be great for both of you, I think.
We can do it, Gina.
But if Gina manages to claw her way from behind and beat Phone Gina, what are you prepared to do in Gina's name, Phone Gina?
I'm going to donate to the Humane Society.
Thank
That's
you.
nice. All right, so the first question is for Phone Gina. Stanley Kubrick trivia. If you get it correct, you get the point. If not, I'll allow Gina to answer it correctly and steal your point away. We'll go back and forth till one of you has 3 points. Phone Gina, what was Stanley Kubrick's first feature film? Director Stanley Kubrick's first feature film. Is it 1, President Nerd? Is it 2, Scorcher 4, Global Meltdown? 3, Fear and Desire? Or 4, 2001, A Space Odyssey?
I'm going to go with number 4.
Oh, see, I threw that in there to trick you.
Yes.
Fear and Desire?
It is.
That's correct.
Correct.
That's 1 point for Gina, Studio Gina, and Studio Gina controls the question.
Gina,
Yes.
what was Stanley Kubrick's most successful movie?
Okay.
Most successful movie. Was it 1, Muppets Fight Club?
Yes.
2, Eyes Wide Shut?
Yes.
3, 2001, A Space Odyssey? Or 4, Rosemary's Baby Daddy?
I mean, I don't think it was his best movie, but my guess is more people went to it because of who was in it. Eyes Wide Shut?
Correct.
That's 2 points for Gina. Phone Gina, you don't have any points, but you do control the question.
All right. Phone Gina. According to Stanley Kubrick's daughter, Katharina, he had an intense dislike for what movie? Now, these are not movies that he made.
I hate this
He
movie.
I
somebody
really
else
hate
did.
this movie
Okay.
that someone else did. Is it 1, A Dog Took My Face and Gave Me a Better Face to Change the World, the Celeste Cunningham story? Is it 2, Ass, the movie? Is it 3, Citizen Kane? Or 4, The Wizard of Oz?
Ooh, I'm going to say Wizard of Oz.
Correct.
Oh, well,
Why do you hate
hated-
Why?
Don't know.
there's a point for
You'd have
Phone
to-
Gina.
You'd have to ask Katharina.
Okay.
It's 2-1. Gina controls the question. She has 2 points. She could win with this question.
All right, Gina. Let's see. Let's go with this one here. All right. What was Stanley Kubrick's favorite pastime activity?
Okay.
To kill the time.
Okay.
Is it 1, extreme ironing? Is it 2, competitive dog grooming? 3, playing chess? Or 4, playing poker?
Because you'd think chess, but maybe not. But I'm going chess.
Going chess
And
is
Gina
the way
wins
to
the
go.
game.
Yes.
Sorry, Phone Gina. You did get 1 point, though. That's pretty
did,
good.
yeah.
That's pretty good.
All right.
Phone Gina, because you're a Gina. We always give prizes to people named Gina.
Is that right?
It just doesn't
All
happen
right.
very often that we get a Gina call.
Okay.
We're going to go ahead and give you these tickets anyway to see Cage the Elephant with Young the Giant June 20th at Utah First Credit Union Amphitheater. If folks want ticket information, you can go to x96.com for that.
All right.
And I've got to go.
Awesome, thank you.
Hang on the line.
I've got to go. I've got to go clean some things with my new big box of Rinso.
Let's get this over with.
All right, let's do it. We will officially begin the program, and then we'll go to your check-ins. 877-602-9696 if you have a mind to do it. You can also text us at 33986. Sponsor here, Gina?
X96 has your Valentine's shopping covered. Listen to us, Radio from Hell, Artie and Todd, to win different Valentine's prize every day, like gift cards from Squatters, Harmon's, Lim Jewelers, tickets to the Natural History Museum, and that's what the prize is today. You can go to x96.com and enter to win a grand prize, which is one of each daily prize. We'll be giving that keyword away at 7:15.
The moon is 99% of full. It is now a waning moon. It is moving on to being a new moon. The moon will set today at 8:06 a.m. Okay. This print's kind of small. 8:06 a.m. Today being Thursday, it's the 13th day of February in the year of our Lord Jesus Christ, 2025. You know what? It's World Radio Day.
Aww.
And in the description for World Radio Day, it says this, and I quote, "The cool thing about radio is it's still relevant."
Is that the cool thing?
That's isn't that comforting? Isn't it comforting to know that?
Yeah.
It's International Condom Day.
That's not an accident, by the way, that it's International Radio and Condom.
At least it was International Condom Day until Trump found out that Hamas was using them for bombs.
They're not.
So they're not?
No.
It's National Crab Rangoon Day.
Well, I'll take some.
They're delicious, aren't they?
Sure.
Now, they tie this into Valentine's Day somehow.
How?
I couldn't figure it out. It says this day was created as an interesting way to stem the disappointment that comes with being alone on Valentine's Day.
If you can't have a love, you can have
a plate of crab rangoon.
Okay.
And
wow, what a stretch.
Weird. And it's KISS, not the band, the activity day. KISS Day. And this is the Radio from Hell show. It's an all-new edition of the Radio from Hell show. We are the official morning show of the Crab Rangoon Marketing Board.
That's true.
Starring the Lords of Morning Radio. It's Kerry Jackson right there. I'm Bill Allred right here, which is right there to you. Gina Barberi is over there. She's another Lord of Morning Radio. Katie for short is our fine producer, and I didn't see who was helping out today.
Maya.
Is it Maya? It's apparently the dog. There's Vax curled up there. Yeah. So, all right. We'll go to check-ins now, if you've a mind to do them. 877-602-9696. I dare you. Come on. I dare you.
I got a few text check-ins, 33986. Bus driver Troy checking in. Jay, the former intern, checking in. Just got a new job at a restaurant. I'm a host.
Oh, nice, Jay. Nice to hear from you.
We see now that really, you see what radio can do for you? You intern at a radio station, and then you can get a job as a host at a restaurant.
Conversely, Jay, we didn't teach you very well, apparently. We need more information than that.
What restaurant?
Yeah, what restaurant?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. There's a consignment shop in Linden named Penny Lane, if that counts.
See?
Yep.
Like I knew that, but I didn't. But.
Tree of the cold and snowy Maine. Sweet Beatles tune this morning. Let's see. Does X96 share their text line with other radio stations? Unfortunately, yes.
Radio stations that are here in the building, not
we can't afford
not just random radio stations around the country. But.
Yeah, it's a cost-saving measure. It's sure helpful, isn't it?
Makes our life difficult.
Makes it, yeah. Sketchy Blake of Ogden checking in, flying home from Walnut Creek, California after a long week at HQ.
Thanks, Blake. Keep Ogden sketchy for us.
Jeremy from Leah checking in. Farting Beatles. Always a great way to start the day. Lance of Vineyard checking in. I'm right here with you with In My Life. So simple yet so pleasant, profound and timeless.
Great song.
Let's see. Love Aaron from Ogden. Grew up with my brother and father playing Beatles all the time. Thank you for the treat. Let's see. Let's see. We got a bad Brad Wheeler in here.
Yeah?
Yeah. Let's see. George Thorogood.
He says it's good to wake up to the blues.
Yes.
Bad Brad Wheeler. God bless George Thorogood.
Channeling John Lee Hooker.
Yeah.
Wake and bake, Brad.
Yep. Mixer driver Shane checking in from Orem. I'm going to be a plow driver, Shane, for the next 4 days.
Yeah, we got the atmospheric river on the way.
Right.
Let's see if it really happens.
One bourbon is a mistake to do at karaoke. It takes too long.
Yeah, it's a long song.
Yeah, you don't want to be up there too long. Park worker Nathan checking in, waiting for the snowstorm. Yeah, what are the details of this
So we have a winter storm warning that starts at 11. This storm will be kind of weird because it's going to start as snow, and then we're going to get progressively warmer, and it will change over to rain.
And apparently southern Utah is going to get more, a lot more than we are.
But the cottonwoods are expected to get 3 feet.
So we'll probably drive in snow tomorrow morning, but then after that, it'll warm up.
It's the storm goes all weekend long, like into Sunday, and we'll mostly have rain down here in the valley, but the mountains are going to get quite a bit of snow actually.
All right. Mike in Nashville checking in. To Perry City listener, which DMB song do you want to hear on Radio from Hell? Let's work together to make this happen. See, you guys you're showing us your game here. So, yeah. Right Wing Wade checking in. Rye of Orem checking in. How's Tim the Tree Guy doing? I have not heard.
Haven't heard from Tim.
But if you go to our social media, you can see the GoFundMe set up for Tim the Tree Guy.
Give us a Tim update,
Yes.
Meg. Or Tim. Tim might be listening.
Yeah, they might be just lying there. Ralphie checking in. Baba Yaga of East Stabbington checking in. I am now hoarding pennies, along with replacement chicken legs to hold up my house. Okay.
What?
I don't know. I got to see Foo Fighters at Club Deviate in 1995 with tickets I won on X96.
Yeah.
Fun.
Levi checking in from Coachella Valley, California. Moved here from Salt Lake City 11 years ago. Do not miss the snow and ice at all. Thank you. Johnny B checking in, listening while reconsidering my life choices.
Oh, no.
Why?
What's the matter, Johnny B?
What's going on?
Again, this is where a phone call would be helpful. Goose in St. George, thanks for letting me listen. Saw Robert Plant at the depot. Epic.
Yeah, I was at that show.
Let's see. Kira checking in. Mikkel of Reno. Awesome morning. I feel so famous for my minting penny comment during farting around, but then you said you don't think Trump thought that one through. I'm curious. You guys make it sound like Trump actually thinks things through.
And he doesn't think anything.
No, he doesn't. But apparently there's a very red district that makes all of the pennies.
Really?
There's like this
That's
city.
our thing? We're the penny place?
And that's where pennies are made, and now they're all out of work. That whole town.
What?
They all voted for Trump.
Aren't they like minted at like the national mint in Colorado?
No, there's this one mint, and it's somewhere in like the southish kind of eastish.
It's not Colorado, huh?
No. But yeah, he didn't think that one through. Taking my 10-year-old to his first jazz game tonight. Can you tell him to take a break from tanking just for tonight?
They won last night.
They won handily last night, apparently. Tim, the couch guy, checking in.
Yeah, that's him.
I guess he's all right. Let's see. Drunken Kitchen is where he's working. Oh, I've had delivery from there. Yeah, Chantel of Ogden, Goose in St. George. Looks like everybody's here.
Pennies are minted in Denver and Philadelphia.
It was
says here.
It was in, I want to say, the Philadelphia area.
Mm-hmm.
I heard the report yesterday.
And so people are out of work because they're not going to mint anymore.
Yeah, because he just decided arbitrarily to stop making pennies. Yeah.
Infiniteam member Right Wing Wade says, checking in from I-15, both lanes moving along well. I would do whatever you're doing this morning because once the rain starts, supposedly the winter storm warning is from 11 o'clock on. So go drive now if you need to. Infiniteam is all of y'all, so call, text, whatever you need to do to let us know what you're seeing on the roads, 33986.
All right. Thank you very much. We will take a break. We will be back after these messages and a song with Big Boy News and Frank Christ Presents The Dead Celebrity Game. We'll explain how to play What You'll Win all coming up after these messages and a song. BigOTires.com.
Big O President's Day sale. It goes on through February 17th. What's the date today?
So today's the 13th. So I would go to BigOTires.com right now and make your appointment.
Sure.
You're set.
You can get a set of Big O tires, brand new Big O tires, the Big O brand, You buy 3, you will get the 4th tire for free. And Big O, their in-house brand tires, they're really good, and they've updated them recently and improved them a lot. And also, check out the Healthy Car Special at Big O Tires for just $59.95. That includes an oil change, rotation, tire rotation, alignment check, brake check, battery check, and more. That's just $59.95 at Big O Tires. I'm sure there's one near you.
Oh, yeah.
If you go to bigotires.com, you'll find a location, and you can make your appointment online if you like.
And it couldn't be an unexpected expense. That's why they have multiple financing options to keep your vehicle in tip-top shape.
Big O Tires.
Don't miss a
Of Gina. I'm Johnny Ola, and let me change my tone of voice and accent to say this.
All right.
Do you remember the layer cake your mother made?
Yes.
With icing so good, you begged to lick the spoon? Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Oh.
Of course, you ruined your appetite for dinner, but that icing was worth it, and somehow you'd get down enough of that evening's lamb chop and peas to deserve the cake itself, remember? Pepperidge Farm remembers. We still make that kind of cake. 3 layers high and iced all around, of course, and we freeze it fast so you can have it fresh at home. And we make a cake to suit almost every taste at Pepperidge Farm. Vanilla, chocolate fudge, golden, devil's food, and coconut. They're all cakes like your mother made. And you remember how good they were, don't you? Pepperidge Farm remembers. And now, I'm Johnny Ola.
Oh,
back to my Johnny Ola voice to introduce. He's as good as a Pepperidge Farm cake. Fully frosted and delicious. Your host, Kerry Jackson.
I'm just craving cake.
Yeah.
Damn it. All right. Thank you, Johnny Ola.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Professional game show announcer. There we go. Let's see. The randomizer has picked a contestant. You'll be playing against Erica today.
Hi, Erica.
Are you there?
Hi, good morning.
All right, Erica. We're going to toss a coin to see who goes first. It will give you an advantage if you call it correctly, heads or tails.
Let's do heads.
All right. Let's see what happens. It is heads, Gina Barberi.
You are one step closer to winning these Cage the Elephant tickets.
All right, Cage the Elephant.
right.
tickets. Now, you're going to go first, Erica. That means that the first question is for you to answer on your own without any interference. If you get it correct, you get the point. If not, I'll allow Gina to answer the same question. If she gets it correctly, she's going to steal the point away from you, and we'll go back and forth until one of you has 3 points. I thought we were having a meeting yesterday, but I was lied to, and so they're rerun questions
That's all right.
today. These are leftover questions. I shouldn't say rerun; they're leftover. But we begin with some Prince trivia. So, Erica, first question for you. Erica, the symbol to which he changed his name originated in and was borrowed from what? Is it 1, Lord of the Rings, Elvish writing? 2, ancient Greece. 3, Monty Python and the Holy Grail in the cave of Caer Banorg, wherein, carved in the mystic runes upon the very living rock, the last words of Ulfin Bedwyr of Reget make plain the last resting place of the most holy grail. Or 4, ancient Europe.
I'm going to go with number 4.
Ancient Europe is correct.
There's a point for Erica. Now we go to Gina.
Let's see. We got some more Prince trivia here.
Okay.
He wrote a song for his friend Jackie Swanson entitled what? Is it 1, Dingleberry Chapstick? 2, Baloney Logs? 3, Feminist Mansion? Or 4, Palomina Pleasure Ride?
Okay, I don't know any of those as Prince
Well,
songs.
it's for Jackie Swanson, is who he wrote that for.
I mean, number 4 sounds most Prince-like. I will go number 4.
Palomina Pleasure Ride.
That's
There
what
you
I
go.
would have guessed as well. There you go. That's one for Gina. Now we go back to Erica. Game is tied.
Erica, more Prince trivia. What did he
All
never?
right.
What did he never let happen whenever he was interviewed? He never let this happen. Is it 1, Whether a taller chair or elevated platform, he had to have the high ground. He had to be above the person interviewing him. Was it 2? He never allowed to be asked about his mother because she was never satisfied. Was it 3? He never allowed his voice to be recorded while interviewed. They could only take notes. Or 4, he never allowed the interviewer to use the word is.
I have no idea. I guess I'll go with number 2.
Never allowed to be asked about his mother because she was never satisfied.
That's the only one I was sure it wasn't.
Ooh.
To sit higher? Sit higher.
No,
That's what I would have guessed.
Never allowed his voice to be recorded.
That's not true.
That's what
I've heard many recordings.
That's what the internet told me. So I'm only as good as what the internet tells me.
I'm not sure I've ever.
Well, and because of that, we're taking away Prince trivia questions.
Okay.
All right, it's 1-1. That was a steal, and so Gina controls the question.
All right. We got some Ocean's 12 trivia.
Okay.
All right. While on production for Ocean's 12 in Rome, Brad Pitt and George Clooney were not allowed back into the hotel.
Oh, no.
Why? Was it 1? The hotel manager was good friends with Angelina Jolie.
Uh-oh.
Was it 2? Because the doorman thought they were vagrants. Was it 3? The hotel manager was good friends with John Voight. Or 4, they looked like they were going to rob the hotel.
They look like vagrants.
There's 2 points.
They were out jogging and caught in a rainstorm, and so they looked like vagrants.
It's 2-1, and now, Erica, it's your turn. You could tie the game.
All right, Eric.
All right.
Satan trivia, devil trivia. In the Middle Ages, Satan would often be depicted in theatrical plays as what? Is it 1, a full red man with horns, tail, and a pitchfork? 2, a used car salesman? 3, a comedic fool who was clumsy and ugly? Or 4, a large menacing purple man with a metal glove?
Oh, well, being ex-Mormon, Satan is my homie, so I'm guessing it's number 1.
Not so homey.
Satan is my homie.
Ooh.
I'm going with number 3.
A comedic fool who was clumsy and ugly.
Erica, so sorry. You've been trounced.
Oh, no.
Trounced, I tell you.
I don't know, but Johnny,
Oh,
Erica
man.
seems like a perfectly nice
To
person.
whom does she seem like a person?
To me.
All right,
I
if
think
you say so.
I mean, I'm going to go ahead and give you these tickets to Cage the Elephant, even though I beat you, Erica.
Unprecedented.
This never happens, Erica.
Oh, thank you.
Hang on the line.
I feel so honored.
Hang on, and we'll tell you how to get those.
All right, listen, I'm going to go have a slice of cake.
Oh,
Damn it.
There's always room for cake. Because
On this day in 1961, American singer, actor, comedian, activist Henry Rollins was born.
Henry Rollins of Rollins Band and, of course, Black Flag.
Yeah.
All right. It is 6:41 right now. Time for some big boy news and a pinuendo. Right after that, it's Frank Christ Presents They're Fine, They're Just Fine. It's the Dead Celebrity Game. We're going to give you a list of 4 celebrity names. 3 of those celebrities are just fine. One of them is dead. If you pick the dead one correctly while you're on the telephone with us, You will win.
Tickets to see Incubus and Manchester Orchestra July 12th at the Utah First Credit Union Amphitheater.
All right, Incubus tickets. We're going to do some news. You can call and line up now during the news. The sooner the better, of course. 877-602-9696. Yeah, easy to play, easy to win. It's Frank Christ Presents for the Incubus tickets. Give us a call now. Big Boy News brought to you by...
Don't miss Utah's own Riff Wood in concert at the Depot on Thursday, February 13th for a Salt Lake City Loves L.A. benefit show. Tickets are on sale now, and proceeds will benefit those affected by the fires in L.A. The show is all ages and includes performances by Cardinal Bloom, Deeper Sleeper, Dad Bod, and more. Tickets at x96.com.
Khloe Kardashian, or Kardashian if you prefer, has revealed that she once dated someone who had an issue with wetting the bed overnight. She's revealed this bit of information because she wants you to look at her. So look at me. Look at me.
Why does this need to be known?
It doesn't, but it is a way of getting people to look at her. See, I'm over here, Khloe Kardashian, and I once dated a guy who wet the bed. Okay. Tulsi Gabbard was sworn in as the Director of National Intelligence yesterday.
What could go wrong?
I am honored and grateful to President Trump for the opportunity to serve our nation as the Director of National Intelligence. From my experience in the military and in Congress, I know firsthand how critical, accurate, unbiased, and timely intelligence is for the President, Congress, and our military to ensure the safety, security, and freedom of the American people. Earlier in the day, the Senate voted to confirm the former Democratic representative as the next Director of National Intelligence by a vote of 52 to 48. The only Republican to not vote for her was Mitch McConnell. Way to stand up for something, Mitch. Way to go.
Here at the end.
Way to go when you can't stand
you're
up.
a lame duck, and it doesn't matter.
He's a lame duck. He's in a wheelchair, and but I'm going to finally vote my conscience and not vote for her. So there you go. And it looks like Kennedy will be confirmed sometime later this week, maybe on the weekend. Donald Trump's pledge to lower costs on day one, not going so well.
Well, really.
Inflation quickened in January, according to data released yesterday, putting pressure on the new administration to honor its key campaign pledge to bring down prices on day one amid uncertainty over the anticipated impacts of Trump's economic policies. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the Consumer Price Index increased by 0.5% month over month in January of 2025. That's up 0.4% in December, and well ahead of consensus forecasts of 0.3%. So what's going on here? Gasoline prices are going up. Food prices are going up. Prices are going up. But he's going to get a grip on inflation day one.
By naming the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of America.
Yeah.
Important
I think that's probably what's doing.
And the paper straws, we're getting rid of those.
But see, while we're talking about that, though, you're not thinking about how he laid his entire re-election on the price of eggs and how it was Biden's fault.
Bringing down the cost of goods in the U.S. was one of Trump's central campaign promises. The president's stating that his administration would start bringing prices down the very first day in office. However, the latest report suggests that his administration will have to walk back some of those pledges on inflation.
Guess what? He really doesn't care about that at all.
I don't think so. Utah officials confirm more bird flu in Utah. The Division of Wildlife Resources said it has confirmed avian flu in wild birds in 3 new counties in the state. Officials say that since the outbreak was confirmed in April of 2022, 1 mountain lion, some skunks, 3 red foxes, and 122 wild birds have been confirmed positive for the virus. In Utah, the virus has been confirmed in 16 counties since 2022. We saw a lull in new avian flu cases in wild birds in January of last year to November of last year, but since last fall, we've seen another uptick in new cases. According to DWR, 25 wild bird carcasses have tested positive for the virus since November. But
we got some books banned.
Thousands of birds washing up along the Great Salt Lake, and those are probably dying from avian flu.
Remember washing your hands?
Yeah. Keep doing that.
Do that,
Oh,
please.
Joanne, the fabrics and crafts retailer,
Oh, no.
is closing more than half of its 800 stores in the coming months as it continues to navigate bankruptcy process. 3 of the closing stores are located in Utah. Approximately 500 stores across the U.S. are closing, the retailer said in a statement to CNN, saying that the right sizing our store footprint is a critical part of our efforts to ensure the best path forward. Although the company's statement didn't provide a specific list of locations, court filings reveal stores are closing in all 50 states. California, Florida, Indiana, Michigan, New York, Pennsylvania, Washington, most heavily affected. In Utah, the stores closing, hang on to your hats, are in Clinton,
Yes.
Tooele,
Oh.
and the one here in Salt Lake City on
But,
33rd South.
I've got the sweet new Bernina. Where am I going to get my fabric?
I can tell you where, well, I know where you got your Bernina sewing machine. You got it at Dave's Bernina. We need that Dave's Bernina money.
We do.
We really do. The city of St. George. Well, you know, where are you going to get your rickrack?
I don't know.
The city of St. George issued a public apology to a group that was originally denied a permit to hold a drag show in southern Utah.
Wow.
Friday's apology is part of a settlement following a lawsuit filed against the city by the Southern Utah Drag Stars, SUDS, after the group was denied permission to hold a performance in 2023. In its lawsuit, the Southern Utah Drag Stars cited comments that city leaders had made about the LGBTQ plus community and drag shows, alleging they were discriminated against. After originally being denied permission to perform, a federal judge sided with the drag queens, saying public spaces are public spaces, and ordered the city to reverse its decision. On Friday, the city issued a statement saying, quote, it admits the permit denial violated Southern Utah Drag Stars' First Amendment rights, and we publicly apologize for violating their First Amendment rights. The city added that it regrets violating the constitutional right to free speech. St. George City welcomes all citizens to hold special events in the future and respects the First Amendment rights of all community members, the statement ended. And they made that statement of apology because they were required to by the court. Otherwise, they I mean,
Never say that.
you know they don't mean it. Mike Brown, chief of police here in Salt Lake City, is going to retire.
He's been there a long time.
His critics seem to start out quiet, voicing concerns behind the scenes. In 2020, the union representing the Salt Lake police officers took a vote of no confidence in Chief Brown. Approximately 91% stated they didn't have confidence in him as the leader of the department. The pressure our chief is facing right now is unfathomable, said an officer, John Fitzimanu, who is a member of the union. City leaders are more concerned about holding on to their jobs than the well-being of others. He's been under a lot of pressure to resign, and he's finally said, I'm going to retire. Going to retire. School cell phones and smartwatch ban has cleared the Utah House. Bill prohibiting cell phone use in K through 12 classrooms statewide advanced through the Utah Senate unanimously on Wednesday. Still has to go through the whole vote. And in case you missed it, there's a Chinese zoo selling tiger urine for $7 a bottle.
Okay.
Claims that it treats your rheumatism.
Sure.
So if you got the rheumatism, you can buy a jar of tiger urine. I think you can get it in mail. It's only $7 a bottle.
Jed, I need my rheumatism medicine.
The bottle claims that tiger urine has good therapeutic effects. It says mix the urine with white wine and apply it to the affected area with ginger slices.
Ellie Mae, milk
right.
that tiger.
All right. Sports weather traffic.
Yeah, the Jazz won last night pretty handily, too. 131 over 119 for the Los Angeles Lakers. They play the Clippers today at 7 p.m. Utah women's basketball, they also won yesterday, 77-60 over the Colorado Buffaloes. That's your sports weather. So we talked about it a little earlier. There is a winter weather advisory that starts at 11 a.m. So we'll start out as, it's kind of backwards. We'll start out as snow, and then we warm up, and it will change over to rain down here in the valley. Up in the mountains, they're going to get quite a bit of snow, actually, over the next several days.
Here in the Wasatch Front?
Yeah. Cottonwoods are expecting 3 feet of snow. So for skiers, this is a good storm for you. But this kind of hangs around all through the weekend. It's the atmospheric river, folks. Today we'll have a high of 41. That's why we'll see some rain with that first. Overnight low 35. And let's see what we've got traffic-wise. A friend of the program sent something here. Says, the Jordan Basin Improvement District 134 South construction update. I guess they're doing sewer lines along 134 South at the ramp onto Bangor Highway. Going to be closed. Until early May 2025. So that's going to be an issue for a bit at 4050 West. 4050 West to Bangor Highway at the southbound. So thank you for that. That's traffic.
He's here in the studio with us now. He is the agent of death, Frank Christ, the Grim Reaper, the Reaper of the souls of precious celebrities. Good morning, Mr. Christ.
Well, you make me sound so scary.
You are scary. I mean,
you don't see yourself, Frank.
I guess.
I've gotten kind of used to you, but, you are a skeletal figure wearing a robe and carrying a scythe. That's kind of scary.
And you are celebrities.
Well, not really.
I don't know if Frank's the arbiter of that.
You are celebrated. You are known.
Frank he reaps the souls of precious celebrities, and that's very difficult for him because he loves them.
We all love our precious celebrities.
Yes, we do.
We all want to be just like them.
If I could be like a celebrity, I would.
Because let's be honest, they know what's right.
Yeah. Yes, they do.
Just ask them.
When a celebrity dies, Frank goes to the scene and takes the celebrity's soul off to the distribution center, and then who knows where it goes. You?
Oh, no.
No.
It's hell.
He's not supposed to say, Bill. You always try to make him say it.
And then he always says it. He says they go to hell. Most celebrities go to hell.
99%.
Frank joins us every morning to play the game we call Frank Chris Presents.
They're fine. They're just fine.
He's given me a list of actors, and on this list of actors, one of them Frank has taken. The other three on the list, though,
they're just fine.
He's happy to report they're fine. And we have a contestant, I assume.
JD is here.
Hi, JD. How are you today? JD?
We haven't had any calls today. Oh,
JD.
JD.
Maybe he can't hear us.
I don't think JD can hear us. Hello, JD?
Hang on, JD. We're working on it.
I don't know what's... JD, are you there? No?
Hello?
Yeah, I don't think he can hear us.
JD, can you hear us? No, he can't hear us.
All right. Well, let's try Trevor.
Trevor, can you hear us?
I sure can.
Oh, well,
it's on JD's end.
It must have been JD. Trevor, how are you today?
Oh, I'm fine. I'm just fine.
That's good. I don't think JD was fine. Listen, Trevor, I'm going to read you this list of celebrities. You identify the dead one, and he'll win what, Gina?
You'll win tickets to see Incubus with special guest Manchester Orchestra July 12th at Utah First Credit Union Amphitheater.
All right, Trevor, here we go. Frank has given me a list of actors in movies about romance because it's Kiss Day. Number 1, Gerald McRaney, best known as one of the stars of television shows Simon & Simon, Major Dad, Promised Land, and House of Cards. He also had recurring roles in Longmire, Castle, Deadwood, and This Is Us, which earned him an Emmy Award. Gerald McRaney was in a romantic drama called The Best of Me. That's number 1, Gerald McRaney. Number 2, Bud Cort, starred in Brewster McCloud, for which he was nominated for a Golden Laurel Award, and Harold and Maude, and he was nominated for a Golden Globe for that. He also had supporting roles in movies like MASH, Electric Dreams, Heat, Dogma, Coyote Ugly, and The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou. He was in But I'm a Cheerleader, a satirical teen romantic comedy. Number 2 is Bud Cort. Number 3, Spalding Gray, best known for the autobiographical monologues that he wrote and performed it for the theater. Some of those were adapted to film, Swimming to Cambodia and Monster in a Box specifically. He also had small roles in several movies like The Killing Fields, Hard Choices, and Beaches. He was in Kate and Leopold, a romantic comedy science fiction film. Number 3 is Spalding Gray. And finally on this list of celebrities, Tom Courtenay. He was named Most Promising Newcomer for The Loneliness of the Long-Distance Runner, nominated for an Academy Award for his role in Dr. Zhivago. Other notable film roles were Billy Liar, King and Country, and King Rat. And his romance movie, well, Dr. Zhivago, of course. Number 4, Tom Courtenay. All right, Trevor, which one of those actors is dead?
Was it number 3?
Spalding Gray
Oh.
had a very tragic end. He died by suicide. He threw himself off the Staten Island ferry
Oh, I didn't know that.
into the Hudson River. Yeah, he was only 62 years old. He had a really troubled latter part of his life. He attempted suicide several times and finally was successful. Congratulations, Trevor. Your knowledge of the macabre has gotten you some tickets to see Incubus.
You call it the macabre. I call it my job.
Yes. Thanks, Trevor. Hang on the line. Katie will chat with you for a moment.
you.
All right. You're welcome.
All right, well, I've got to go check on some celebrities who are having birthdays today.
Who's that?
Ooh.
Stockard Channing is 81.
Rizzo?
She really didn't look like she belonged in that movie. I'm sorry.
She's a girl most likely to.
That's how I remember her.
Yeah.
But Kim Novak is 92.
I
Oh,
did
my.
not know Kim was
I'd
around.
better be very careful.
Yeah.
Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Frank.
Traction law in place for both Big and Little Cottonwood Canyons. I suspect that will be the case for now until a while from now. No accidents to report for you right now. You can report something if you see it. Infiniteam, that's you. Tell me what you're seeing on the roads. 33986. Business owners, do you owe $15,000 or more? Unemployment taxes and don't know what to do? McClure and Stewart, your local trusted tax attorneys. Go to McClureandStewart.com today.
All right, we will take a break. We'll be back after these messages with some geek news and boner of the day, all standing by. KXRK Provo. Let's see, Salt Lake Brewing Company.
Our good friends at Salt Lake Brewing Company, you know, Squatters Pub Brewery.
Yes.
They've opened a new joint, Squatters Corner Pub at Valley Fair.
Oh.
That's at 3555 Constitution Boulevard in West Valley.
Lucky folks out west.
A brand new pub with some good old roots. Squatters Corner Pub at Valley Fair Mall opens 11:30 every weekday for lunch and dinner. On weekends, they open at 9 o'clock in the morning for breakfast and brunch, and they stay open late on Friday and Saturday nights for the after-dinner crowd. They've got award-winning local beer, great food, plenty of free parking. Squatters Corner Pub, the place to dine for people of all ages. You can. They have all the great Salt Lake Brewing beers. They have a retail section. You can get koozies and hats and T-shirts and all of that. Salt Lake Brewing and their brand new place, Squatters Corner Pub at Valley Fair Mall. Take advantage of it out there in West Valley. It's a great place. New York Times. It was about the newest season of The Crown on Netflix, and they were interviewing. The New York Times was interviewing Dominic West, who plays now King Charles, although he's playing him as Prince Charles.
This is back when Princess Diana died. It's that kind of time frame.
And Elizabeth Debicki, who's playing Diana. And they say to Elizabeth, the interviewer says, what was it like wearing Diana's amazing clothes? Well, I don't think that's a silly question because it's so much a part of the character. It's fascinating what makes somebody iconic and what makes their wardrobe iconic. Princess Diana was so iconic and so cool, the kind of cool I could never be. It came from her in this sense of I will create a narrative that is separate to the one that I can speak about, and I will do it with my clothing. And the interviewer says, well, how difficult was it to master Diana's signature gaze?
It's a little chin down and a little...
Not as hard as you would think, said Debicki. It comes perhaps alarmingly too natural. I have no idea what a signature gaze is, but
I'm doing it right now.
I would like to learn because I think we should all have one. We should have a signature gaze. I can't really see what you're doing.
It's a little chin down to the side, and
That looks just like you have a toothache or something. I don't. I can't. But what would you do for a signature gaze?
I don't know. I think I'd need someone to tell me what my signature gaze
Because
is.
she's
I
a
can't
little,
see my signature gaze.
Because she's a little self-conscious, so it's a little.
When she wouldn't make eye contact, she kind of looked to the
That's
side.
what I'm
of
saying.
you.
It's kind of like over. That's why her head's kind of tilted to the side and kind of looking at you up through her lashes, kind of.
Oh, I've seen her do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I see that.
So that's her
gaze.
signature gaze.
Yeah.
But so I think we should all develop. I think I know what mine would be. I'm just gonna look at people cross-eyed. You know, like.
I don't think that it's painful.
Actually,
if you do
that
for
hurts.
her.
Yeah, that's gonna hurt.
I don't like that.
No, a signature gaze.
Signature gaze. I have $1 million scowl.
Let's see. Can you do it on command for $1 million? Is that? Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's
Carrie
pretty
can be
good.
scary without saying a word.
That's
true.
pretty good.
It's true.
I don't know. Do I? Maybe
Everyone in this building is frightened of me, and I've never said a word to them.
Yep.
It's not because I'm mean; it's because I'm shy and I don't have anything to say.
And it's like resting bitch face. That's
Exactly.
kind of the same thing.
Exactly.
Maybe I have a signature gaze or facial expression, and I don't know what it is.
Now, the chat room is saying Bill's signature gaze involves yelling. I don't know if that's
With my
same
mouth
thing.
wide open and
It's
my
not-
hand in the
it's
air.
not
Yeah.
quiet.
Like signature
Somebody's
gaze.
offering to be our signature gate. No, not
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 G-A-Y-Z.
No, not
No,
that.
You know, they both of Dominic West and Ms. DeBicki said that they had movement coaches to try and capture Charles and Diana's movements.
Oh, yeah.
And it's interesting. It says West says, I realized that watching Prince Charles, Prince at the time, he's always pointing. Like he'll get out of a car and he'll start point. You know, he walks along to someplace and he points at something, and then he'll point at something else. And he says it's because I think he's just trying to misdirect things. He wants to draw attention away from himself.
Oh,
that's a good idea.
So he points at stuff.
I'm going to start doing that.
Yeah, and he says, and then Elizabeth Debicki said, "Yeah, I had to. At one point, I had to say to Dom, would you quit pointing at everything?"
No, this is my thing.
but it looks. So here's the thing. I wonder if this has something to do with it, because everywhere he goes, he's getting his picture taken.
Yeah.
The second he gets.
Yeah.
So, I was with my Uncle Tom once, who's the musician, and who gets his picture taken a lot with people, and we were standing with him getting our picture taken, and he was pointing. I'm like, what are you doing? And he said, when you have your picture taken 1 million times and you're always just standing there, it looks better if there's a bunch of pictures of you out that you're doing something in the picture. So
Dominic West said, he's always pointing, and I realized it's a clever technique when he's going through a crowd. He points to people, and he's able to make people feel like,
I see you.
They've made a connection with him.
Springville did.
Springville.
Yeah. He said, I don't like to work at work. I like it when Carrie gives me things to distract myself. I said, Paul, in Springville, you're in luck.
Paul,
It's time for Geek News on the Radio, brought to you by Cabin Fever. They have the perfect gift for Valentine's Day, from tin signs, lunchboxes, books, retro candy, playing cards, and more. Located in the heart of Trolley Square, it's Cabin Fever, so much more than a card store.
So much more.
Cool stuff there. All right, I do have something for Paul to watch. I don't know if he's into it or not.
What?
I think you got to be into fantasy and stuff like that in order to enjoy this, but it's going into season 3 of the Wheel of Time television show. It's basically, Gina, the kind of show you'd like. Lots of bare-chested smooching.
Okay.
But with, fantasy elements.
The world is changing. A tide sweeping us along against our control.
English accent.
Yeah, I like it.
Where can one watch this?
This is on Amazon.
Stand behind these walls and pretend we still have control.
Oh, there's horses.
Yes, there's horses.
This tower is destroying itself from the inside out.
Like I said, it's a show you should be watching.
Yeah.
The tower does not bend the knee to Randall Thor.
Yeah.
He will lose the last battle.
Season 3 based primarily on The Shadow Rising, the 4th book in the series.
They'll discomfort.
The powerful Aes Sedai,
They'll come for all of us.
Rosamund Pike, is tormented by her visions of the future.
Oh, she's got this. Okay.
And Rand al'Thor struggles to fulfill his destiny as the Dragon Reborn, like you do. Will he choose the light or let the darkness consume him?
I don't know.
Do you think it might be you?
Season 3 will take viewers to many new regions and cities across the fictional contents of the Westlands.
Do you love her?
Life-changing revelations for Rand and Moriad. Meanwhile, on the other side of the world, the Rand small hometown of Two Rivers, his lifelong friend Perrin will also embark on a personal journey, one which will change him forever.
Yeah.
I mean, House of the Dragon's not coming back for a while, so maybe we pivot to this.
That's what I was going to suggest. If you're missing your House of the Dragons, this may be the show that you want to binge this weekend. You know, Wheel of Time. I have some friends who are really into it. Arrows. You know, big hammers. You know, magic spells.
Handsome men and handsome women.
Yes, everyone's so damn good looking. It's just a crime.
This is what I was born to do.
And things like that happen.
Okay.
Okay, so I think you should be watching that show, Wheel of Time. The Galaxy's Edge in Anaheim, undergoing through some changes. Now
what is that?
That's the Star Wars land.
Okay.
Now, Disneyland kind of teased us earlier on their social media with pictures of Luke Skywalker arriving at Galaxy's Edge. Here's the thing. He's not in that timeline. This was the mistake they made, I think, with Galaxy's Edge, is they locked it into a timeline.
Yeah.
When they really should have just kept it as a generic Star Wars land, and that way you could change the Rise of the Resistance ride up. You could make it Darth Vader instead if you wanted, switch the parts around.
Yeah.
But they're refreshing a lot of their stuff. They've got the lightsaber experience, which I was cajoled into and glad that I did, actually, because it was kind of cool. They're refreshing that, and you can get Luke Skywalker's lightsaber and some other lightsabers.
That's the build-your-own one?
That's the build-your-own lightsaber. Yeah. But they're expanding the lightsabers. They're changing the program a little bit. In this program, Yoda speaks to you, and so they're going to change it to probably Luke Skywalker. So I'll keep you as soon as I get more details.
Beautiful lightsaber it is.
Yeah, it was things like that. Yeah.
Fine job, Padawan.
It's time for our yearly threat for a Magic the Gathering film and TV universe. Mm-hmm. But they're serious this time. Uh-huh. Because it's Legendary Films and producer Simon Kinberg, so they mean it this time. I've been reading that story once a year for about 5 or 6 years now.
We'll believe it when we see it.
I will. Robert Kirkman, who created the Walking Dead comic book, Invincible, the comic book.
Yeah.
He has gotten together a bunch of famous geeks to help raise money for the victims of the fire in Los Angeles.
Oh, nice.
It's going to be a sci-fi convention. And let's see, I'm trying to find the information about what it's called. It's at the Preserve LA Multicon, a convention benefiting the recovery effort. So far, and they're announcing more guests every day. You got Sean Gunn, you've got Michael Cudlitz, you've got Carrie Payton, Scott Gimple, Shar Jackson. And, of course, because it's in Southern California, you got Silent Bob is going to be there. Seth Green will be there. David Dashmali, and that's just so far. So if you just Google Multicon, you'll be able to find that information. You can help out the folks that were down there. And finally, this is the big story. Because this He-Man live-action movie is just...
Yeah.
Yes?
Oh,
okay.
It's on the tip of everyone's tongue. They've got some more casting.
Okay.
James Purefoy and Charlotte Riley will be playing Prince Adam's parents. That's He-Man's parents. Okay. King Randor and Queen Marlena. I love Randor. I just love that name, by the way. We also have Marina Baccarin, Deadpool's girlfriend.
Yeah, she's pretty.
She's beautiful.
Mm-hmm. She will play the sorceress in this movie. And everyone has been asking about this character because, well, in He-Man lore, he's legendary, this guy. Well, we have an actor, Johannes Hakur Johansson,
Oh,
He sounds scary.
he's wonderful.
I'll direct you to our YouTube channel. He'll be playing the part of Fisto. Everyone,
Fisto.
That's not a thing.
That is a character
No,
in
that
He-Man.
is not, cannot be a
Fisto.
thing.
And that is who he will be
No.
playing.
He's great with his
He has
fists.
one giant Fisto. It's Fisto, Gina.
No. No.
That's who he is going to be playing in the movie.
It's a comedy, right?
No,
Maybe? No.
it's deadly serious.
Say, in the He-Man universe, do they call He-Man He-Man?
They do.
Hey, He-Man.
Yes.
How you doing?
What are we going to do, He-Man?
I don't know, Fisto.
Fisto, right there, ladies and gentlemen.
Is Fisto a good guy or a bad guy?
He's a good guy.
He's a hit with the ladies, I bet.
They love him. Fisto, ladies and gentlemen. He's the character. Of course, still no word on who's playing Stinkor, the evil master of odors. He'd better be in this movie.
Stinkor.
He's my favorite He-Man character. He's a skunk. He's a big skunk. Yeah.
Good Lord.
Crash northbound I-15 at the top of the on-ramp, 5th West in Bountiful. The right lane and shoulder are blocked, not causing too many delays this early. Traction laws are in place for both Big and Little Cottonwood Canyons. I suspect that will be the case for quite a while with this storm coming in. No other accidents to tell you about, and you haven't texted anything in, but if you see something, please let us know. 33986 is where you do that.
Here are the boner candidates you will be voting for momentarily. Boner candidate number 1. They were meant for each other.
Aww.
Boner candidate number 2. I don't know why we let her in the country in the first place. And boner candidate number 3. I would point out to the gentlewoman from Florida that the people she wants to have testify are all dead.
Yes. Boners of the day, big boy news, all coming up after some messages and a song. Stand by.
Oh.
Hey there, I'm Rod.
on this
Is it,
day.
Peter Hook's birthday?
Yeah, he was born in 1956.
Hooky,
Yes,
they call him.
Peter Hook from New Order and
Joy Division?
Joy Division, who are both nominated for placement in the Rock Hall of Fame this year. So when you get a chance, get to vote. Do it. All right. Time now for Boner of the Day. 3 news stories. These are examples of bad, stupid, funny human behavior. You will decide with your vote of these 3 candidates which one is the worst, which one deserves to be Boner of the Day for today, February 13, 2025. We'll give you 2 candidates now, a third after the news. Once you've heard all 3, then you will vote. One of you lucky random boner voters will receive
a Can't Buy It, Got to Win It, Radio from Hell boner T-shirt.
Boner candidate number 1. You know, they were meant for each other. Page 6 spies spotted Kid Rock and Representative Lauren Boebert.
I watched this video.
Getting into a cab together in Washington, D.C. at 2:30 in the morning as the parties celebrating the beginning of Donald Trump's second term wound down. Their source suggested that the pair planned to keep the inaugural balls swinging into the wee hours. No evidence to suggest that was the case, but there is a video of, what's her name, Boebert, doing a little shimmy dance in front of Kid Rock and laughing and clapping her hands at him.
She's flirting, clearly
flirting with him. Lauren was totally transfixed by Kid Rock, yapping away, doing a little dance, and clapping like she was the front row of his concert, basically giving Kid Rock all the hype he needed. Either way, they have much in common. Both are Trump's most diehard supporters, and they both are enthusiastic gun toters. Of course, remember Lauren Boebert had a little restaurant or something where all of the servers carried guns. Shooters, it was called. Mm-hmm. And Kid Rock, of course, has had a failed restaurant, too. Kid Rock's big-ass honky-tonk and rock and roll.
They're perfect for each other. This is.
Yeah.
I think one syphilis will cancel out the other's gonorrhea.
and I think it's been clearly demonstrated that Lauren Boebert is horny all the time.
Yep.
She can handle it fine.
She filed for divorce from her husband Jason in 2023. Kid Rock has been engaged to Audrey Berry since 2017. When asked for a comment, Boebert's press secretary said, "I think we'll pass." They're meant for each other. Boner candidate number 1. Here's boner candidate number 2. I don't know why we let her in the country in the first place. This is, what's this guy's name? Gill. He's a representative. A petition circulated, an email circulated by Mr. Gill to have Representative Omar deported from the country.
She was just reelected, by the way.
Yeah, she was just reelected. And I've got a truncated version of the story here, and I can't find the good one. I don't know why that happened. She became a U.S. citizen in 2000 after fleeing her native country due to civil war. The Minnesota representative has been the target of Republican insults following her staunch criticism of President Trump during his first administration. Friend, we should never have let Ilhan Omar into the country. And frankly, America, we'd be much better place if she was sent back to Somalia, Gill wrote.
She's a citizen.
Yep. Yeah. There is.
And the people voted for her.
Yes, she is the representative of that area.
Twice.
Well, I'm going to introduce a bill calling for her deportation back to Somalia.
You just can't do that.
I don't understand it.
It's cruelty is the point.
Boner candidate number 2. Coming up in a moment, boner candidate number 3. I would point out to the gentlewoman from Florida that the people she wants to have testify are all dead.
Boner candidate number 3 coming up after this. Big Boy News and Opinioendo brought to you by.
Be unstoppable and adventurous with Bountiful Mazda. Lease your Mazda CX-30 for just $179 a month or the CX-50 for $239 a month. Find out more at bmazda.com.
Let's see. I'm still trying to find that. Okay, I've got his name now. I'm sorry that got all screwed up. The guy who wants to have her deported, Representative Brandon Gill, a Republican of Texas.
Of course, his name is Brandon.
Circulating a petition for his supporters to sign to deport a fellow member of Congress, Representative Omar. Yeah, there you go. All right, now we'll get on to the other news here. The Handmaid's Tale. I had no idea it was still on.
Oh, yeah.
I stopped watching it after the first season because it was too depressing.
Too close to
Yes.
reality.
Maybe
it gets
in-
closer every day.
Yeah, maybe someday I'll be able to watch it. I don't know.
The final season of The Handmaid's Tale will premiere on Hulu on April 8th. 3 episodes of the dystopian drama will drop at once, followed by weekly episodes until the series finale, May 27th. Of course, there's a trailer out for it now, and if you know what it's about, you know why I couldn't watch it anymore, and why you haven't watched it at all, have you, Gary?
I have, yeah.
You did?
I started watching it and went, this is too depressing.
Like
yeah,
me, you
I
quit.
jumped out.
The majority of Utah representatives voted to pass a bill on Tuesday that allows parents to make certain subjects off limits during meetings between their children and school therapists. House Bill 281 has received a significant amount of support from those who say it empowers parents to oversee mental health treatment their children undergo while at school, but has been opposed by several associations of mental health professionals who argue that the ability for parents to prohibit certain topics will make it harder for therapists to identify kids who might be suffering abuse at the hands of a parent or other family member.
Now, my daughter is not a professional yet, but this is the business
This is what
she's
she's
going
training,
into,
yeah.
and we had a conversation about this. And she said, if they're saying, well, we need to know if the child is going to harm themselves or someone else, or those things, they are already required to
And
pass
they
along.
would.
And they would. The things that she said, the only thing I can figure out is these are parents that are worried about that their kids are LGBTQ and they're talking about that with the therapist and
Yeah.
they want to know about it. And she said
Probably.
that's precisely the
Exactly
thing
it.
that they need the ability to be able to go in and talk to them
So
about.
Utah already requires school therapists to
there
get
you go.
parental consent when treating a minor. But the bill's sponsor, Representative Stephanie Gricius of Eagle Mountain, said the bill strengthens that consent by providing parents the opportunity to opt out of certain topics. It also requires school therapists to give parents notification that a mental health therapy session took place within a business day. The bill shifts parental involvement in their children's mental health and in the school system as an opt-in, opt-out. So in other words, the parent can say, I do not want you talking about the gay stuff with my student, with my child. I don't want you talking about whatever it is. I don't want you talking about
Feelings.
Yeah.
All of that. Several Democrats echoed concerns expressed by the Utah Association for Marriage and Family Therapy during a committee hearing late last month. We've seen predators be protected by adults. We know that has happened, said Representative Sandra Hollins, Democrat, Salt Lake. I'm just wondering what's stopping a parent from saying to a therapist, you cannot talk about so-and-so in this practice, knowing that the child might be being abused by them.
Exactly.
Gricius noted that the bill allows school therapists who are considered mandatory reporters to report abuse that's disclosed by children, even if the subject is off limits.
This is dangerous.
Yes,
It is.
Representative Mike Kennedy, Utah Representative Mike Kennedy, is pushing to expand work requirements for people who are on food stamps.
What?
The Let's Get to Work Act would end
Because everyone's just lazy. That's the problem.
Would end any remaining suspensions of SNAP or food stamp work requirements that were implemented during COVID, mandating able-bodied adults without dependents must work at least 20 hours a week. The bill would also expand that requirement by increasing the age limits from 49 years old to 59. Growing up receiving government assistance and working since I was 12, I know firsthand the key to making government support truly effective is pairing it with hard work.
No.
Every study ever done has disproved that.
Exactly.
Work requirements for assistance does not work. By expanding work requirements in programs like SNAP and HUD housing, we're ensuring that all capable individuals contribute to their own success and to the future of this country. The bill comes after work requirements for SNAP were temporarily suspended during the COVID pandemic. And Mike Lee
Oh, God.
is pushing to strip both PBS and NPR of its government funding.
What?
Accusing the outlets of producing biased news and using taxpayer money to disseminate political propaganda.
You mean facts?
Lee introduced the Defund Government-Sponsored Propaganda Act on Tuesday, seeking to halt federal funds from going toward broadcasting networks and to instead use the money to go forward paying off the national debt. The proposal comes as Trump has been looking at ways to reduce waste in federal government.
You see,
Uh-huh.
Mike, here's the
Here's a win for
Yeah.
Trump. A federal judge has ruled that the Trump administration's buyout of federal workers can proceed. In ruling yesterday, Judge George A. O'Toole dissolved an existing temporary restraining order against the buyouts and declined to enact a preliminary injunction that would have paused the process. The judge ruled that the worker unions that brought the suit didn't have standing to sue and argued that they should have gone through the administrative process of appealing to managers and other officials within their organization before seeking a legal remedy. Pete Hegseth is in Europe, and he's ruled out Ukraine ever being a member of NATO.
Great. Yeah. Well, Russia told him not to.
First meeting overseas involving NATO and a member of the new Trump administration. Hegseth said NATO membership for Ukraine is unrealistic, claiming Europe is responsible for protecting the war-torn nation and its borders. And let's see.
Well, I'm fine. Europe, step up. Let's get Russia out of there. And
Influenza A is causing a spike in cases throughout the country. It's been a brutal influenza season throughout the U.S. Flu rates are at their highest point in at least 15 years, making it likely that you or someone you know have or will come in contact with flu.
Get your flu shot.
There are two broad types of influenza, A and B, and many strains within those, but the current spike in flu cases is being driven by A. Many people, the flu symptoms consist of fever, body aches, intense tiredness. I have all of that anyway. I don't.
Now, when they're worried about the bird flu crossing over into people.
Yes.
When these other flus are circulating, and if people have them and they come in contact with the bird flu, that can help it mutate into something else.
Yep.
So this, when you say, well, there's no vaccine for the bird flu yet, no, it's important to get vaccinated for the flu that is circulating now for that reason.
I got my ivermectin, though.
No, that's...
how many children does Elon Musk have?
Too many.
Yes.
The billionaire was joined by one of his sons during a Tuesday appearance at the White House, sparking renewed interest in his personal life and his 12 children. The head of the Department of Government Efficiency, Doge, has had children with 3 different women. His commitment to pro-natalism has become a part of his public persona. That means he thinks you should populate the world. Musk has, he says, having children should be incentivized, not be a financial penalty. Okay, well, why don't you, vote more money to take care of children then? Musk's first wife, Justine Wilson, is a fantasy and sci-fi author with whom he had 6 kids. Their first child, Nevada Alexander Musk, was born in 2002, but tragically died due to sudden infant death syndrome. The couple later had twins, Griffin and Vivian is transgender. Has publicly distanced herself from Musk, legally changing her last name to Wilson, and stating that she no longer wanted to be associated with her father.
The video from little X in the Oval Office, he whispers 2 things to Trump.
The little kid?
Go find this. Yeah. One of them is, you're not the president. You need to go away.
What?
Yeah. And the other one is...
What?
Yeah. Yes, you haven't seen this?
No.
So then the other one is, I want you to shush your mouth. What? And Trump looks at him and go.
How old is this kid? He's sitting on his dad's shoulder, so he's not that.
No. But there's a point where he's standing behind the desk with Trump, and he whispers those 2 things.
But little kids repeat what they have heard many times.
Yeah.
So this kid has been told to hush many times, but he's also been told, your daddy's the president.
You're not the president. You need to go away. Go look for that.
All right, that's it.
I want you to shush your... That's my sign-off, by the way.
Weather and traffic?
Okay, so the winter storm warning, it's an advisory, actually, starts at 11 o'clock today. This is going to be a big storm over the entire state. Different areas will see different things. It's going to be very warm in places, which means this could just be rain for a lot of you. But lots of snow expected in the mountains, a couple of feet. In the northern mountains, 3 feet in the cottonwoods, it looks like. All this will have some wind associated with it as well as it's blowing in. Today, high of 41, overnight low 35, and this sticks around all the way into the first part of next week. So there's that. Traffic, we have Big and Little Cottonwood Canyons. Both of them have their traction restrictions in place, probably will remain so for a while. Crash I-15 northbound 123rd South and Draper on the left shoulder. Traffic is at a crawl and backed up to Point of the Mountain. Crash northbound I-15 at the top of the on-ramp from 5th West and Bountiful. The right lane and shoulder are blocked. Now let me see if you've sent anything in via text. That's where Infiniteam assembles and lets us know what they're seeing on the roads. Nothing there, but if you do see something, please text us 33986.
All right, here's boner candidate number 3. I would point out to the gentlewoman from Florida that the people she wants to have testify are all dead. Republican Representative Anna Paulina Luna announced this week that she wants to use her new task force dedicated to uncovering federal secrets to question the investigators of John F. Kennedy's 1963 assassination. The Congresswoman said during a press conference that she hopes to use the task force on the declassification of federal secrets to speak to physicians and to members of the Warren Commission, which was formed to look into Kennedy's assassination. The only problem with that is every single one of them is dead.
These are not smart people.
I am looking to actually bringing in some of the attending physicians in the initial assassination, then also people that had been on the various commissions looking into it, like the Warren Commission, looking into the initial assassination, she said. All 7 members of the Warren Commission are dead. The task force chairman also revealed a personal belief about JFK's murder. I believe there were 2 shooters, and we should be finding more information as we are able to. According to Luna, for too long the American spirit has been dimmed by veiled secrecy by a government that has grown too comfortable in the shadows, denying us the transparency we deserve.
God.
Yeah, she also wants to look into Dr. Martin Luther King. She also wants to look into UFOs, the COVID conspiracy, the 9/11 files, and the Epstein client list.
It's like a Joe Rogan wet dream.
Boner candidate number 3. I would point out to the gentlewoman from Florida, the people she wants to have testify are all dead.
Let's review the first 2 and vote.
Boner candidate number 1, Kid Rock and Lauren Boebert getting cozy together. And, you know, they were meant for each other.
Sure.
I hope they have kids.
Gross kids.
Boner candidate number 2 is, I don't know why we let her in the country in the first place. This is that representative from Texas who wants to make sure that Ilhan Omar, Congresswoman, is deported back to her home country.
She was born here, sir.
No, she was born. No, she was born in. She was born in.
But she is a U.S.
Somalia.
citizen now.
Yeah. Oh,
she
yeah.
went through the process.
Yeah.
Okay. She's an American.
She came here in 2000.
All right.
And boner candidate number 3, I would point out to the Congresswoman from Florida that the people she wants to have testify are all dead.
All right. Here we go. Let's get to voting. Boner of the day. Here we go. 1, 2, or 3. Remember your candidate number. The one that you think is the worst. The one that should be boner of the day for today. 1, 2, or 3. Remember your candidate number, the one that you think should win. Put that single digit in the message of a text, and then text that to 33986. Or you can call Katie in the producer's booth. She'll take your live voice vote at 877-602-9696. That's the number to call. Talk to Katie. Or go online, x96.com. Look for the box that says Boner of the Day, February 13, 2025. Click and vote. And if you don't see that box, refresh your browser. It'll appear. Click and vote. You've got 4 minutes to get your vote in. Now keep in mind, as soon as we award Boner of the Day, we're going to clear out the phone lines and make way for you for Hello Yeah What, the innovative radio feature that we invented, where you call and talk to us about anything. It's Hello Yeah What, coming up after these messages. Let's get to voting. Here we go. 4 minutes.
I'm Gina announcer Johnny O, and it's yo-ho-ho, and away we go to the Howard Johnson's Clamboree.
Oh, goody.
That's right. That's right.
Clamboree.
Pack up the family and set sail for Howard Johnson's Clamboree. Treat yourself to a feast of fried, tender, sweet clams, prepared the way everyone in your family likes them best. A treasure chest of outstanding values now at Howard Johnson's. You can also try Howard Johnson's Clam Chowder, a whole meal or a great appetizer, buttery smooth and loaded with clams. You can take some home today, 3 cans for only 89 cents. And a delicious snack, fried, tender, sweet clams in a golden butter toasted roll. A perfect takeout treat from Landmark for hungry Americans. It's Howard Johnson's Clamboree.
Clamboree.
And now, here's a man who's never in his life turned down a chance to attend a Clamboree. Your host, Kerry Jackson.
We don't hold a clamboree. We hold a clamtacular.
Oh, that sounds great.
It's smaller than a clamboree, but it suits us.
There you go.
All right, the randomizer has chosen your contestant, Gina. You'll be
right.
playing against Monty today. Hello, Monty.
Monty.
Hey, guys.
Oh, it's Monty the mailman.
Monty the mailman.
Yes,
it is.
That's clamtastic.
All right.
It's a clamboree.
Okay.
All right, Monty, we're going to toss a coin. I'm going to use the coin toss app today. See if you go first. It will give you an advantage. Heads or tails, please?
Heads.
All right. Coin toss app says heads, Gina Barbera.
All
So that
right.
means Monty goes first. He has the advantage in the game. He might win those Lagoon passes.
Hey, Monty, has Bill Allred's mailman Phil been on vacation?
He was, actually.
Yeah.
He just got back. He's back today.
It's because the other guy doesn't know how to put the mail in the slot.
Uh-oh.
Johnny, how do you know so much about Bill's mail?
Bill was complaining about it to me just the other day.
You know that Johnny lives in Bill's
Oh,
basement.
what?
Don't you remember?
Hey.
Don't you remember?
No one's supposed to know.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, Monty, if Gina manages to come from behind and beat you, what are you prepared to do in her name?
I just barely got my dog vaccinated for rabies, so let's go the Humane Society.
All
Okay,
right, that's
great.
good.
Thank you.
All right, first question for you, Monty. It is multiple choice pop culture trivia. We're doing potpourri because you control the first question. It is for you to answer exclusively. If you get it correct, you get the point. If not, I'll allow Gina to answer the same question correctly. She gets the point. Stealing the point away from you, we'll go back and forth till one of you has 3 points. We got leftover Dennis Hopper trivia. Here we go.
Okay.
Monty, which of his performances is ranked number 54 on Premiere Magazine's 100 Greatest Movie Characters of All Time?
Wow, okay.
Way up there.
Wow, and I just read that.
You did you? All right.
No, I did not.
Oh, you didn't? Oh, it's not nice to lie.
No.
All right. Is it number 1? Now, keep in mind, these are all real, by the way. Clifford Worley in True Romance. Is it 2, Frank Booth in Blue Velvet? Is it 3, El Nino in The Crow Wicked Prayer? Or 4, King Koopa in the Super Mario Brothers movie?
Wow. Let's go number 2,
Frank
because
Booth.
I don't know.
Yes.
You got it.
You're
You
correct.
got it.
They asked him...
Oh, maybe I did read that just barely.
Yeah. They asked Dennis, what did you do that Crow movie for? And he said, for $100,000.
Yeah, that's
There
good.
you go. All right.
Gina?
Now
Yes.
Gina's turn.
More Dennis Hopper trivia.
Okay.
Last one. He was voted most likely to do what in high school?
Okay.
So 1, most likely to become a fugitive. 2, most likely to engage in sexual relations with the yearbook staff in exchange for a superlative. 3, most likely to succeed. Or 4, most likely to declare his unlying love for Principal Jones.
Most likely to succeed.
Most likely to succeed.
It's 1-1. Back to the mailman.
All right, Monty. Mad Max Fury Road trivia.
Ooh, good.
The flame-shooting guitarist is Australian artist-musician Sean Hape. And in an interview on Vice, he said the guitar weighed 132 pounds, shot real gas-powered flames. How were the flames controlled? Was it 1? Actually, they were CGI, so fake.
Oh, okay.
2, a very tiny Boy Scout. 3, by using the whammy bar. Or 4, well, by Satan, of course.
Of course.
I'm going to go with 3.
Whammy bar.
Yes. 2-1. Back to Gina. You could tie it up, Gina.
33986.
It's 7:48. It's time to award Boner of the Day.
And the Boner of the Day is brought to you in part by Carnitas Tacos.
And Squatters Corner Pub, now open at Valley Fair Mall. Corner Pub carries on the tradition of the iconic Squatters downtown, serving lunch and dinner daily with brunch on the weekends and pouring the best local beers. Stop by Squatters Corner Pub in West Valley City today.
Well, I'm kind of surprised at the winner. Boner candidate number 1, Kid Rock and Lauren Boebert got 32 votes. Boner candidate number 3, the Congresswoman from Florida, Ms. Luna, who wants to interview members of the Warren Commission and the physicians who were attended at the assassination of John F. Kennedy. She got 73 votes. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
But 126 votes, and the winner, Boner candidate number 2, this guy, this Gill representative from Texas, who's circulating a petition to deport Ms. Omar, his colleague in the Congress, to deport her back to she needs to go back to her own country, Somalia.
You're such a snowflake. You won't have talking with her. You won't talk with her.
No.
Guess not. He'd just rather send her away.
Yeah.
Okay. Snowflake. All right. That's your Boner of the Day for today, February 13, 2025. Now qualified to be Boner of the Week.
Hello, yeah, what?
This is an innovative radio feature. Nobody does this on the radio anymore.
It's National Radio Day, right?
Yeah,
Today
it is.
So
it is
this
Radio Day.
This is a perfect day to do this.
This is Hello, Yeah, What? You can call us, 877-602-9696, and talk about whatever you like. Ask us questions. You can promote something if you like. You can yell at us. You can praise us. Whatever you want to do, we will engage in some conversation with you. 877-602-9696 is the number.
Other radio stations don't dare to do this feature.
Yeah, no, well, that's because they're smarter than we are.
They think you have nothing to contribute.
Yeah.
Your voice on the radio right now.
Let's go to Lance. He's here. He's been waiting.
Hello, yeah, what?
Hi, Lance. Where are you calling us from?
Good morning, Lords. I'm from Vineyard.
Yeah. What do you need? What do you want? What do you want to say?
I need a lot of things. What I wanted to say is I was curious. There's actually a question to know if any of you caught the Jon Stewart and Chris Christie interview.
No, I didn't see that. No.
I suggest that you do because he talks a lot. You know how he was against Trump in the early going, and then he sided with him and helped him with debates, and then now Trump dropped him because he fought against the election rig. But he gives a lot of info about the true Donald Trump, and he's known him a long time. So I suggest to anyone and the listeners and stuff.
I'll go look for it.
Lance,
I do like those Jon Stewart interviews.
This is helpful for people who haven't been paying attention for the past 10 years.
Yeah, thank you, Lance. We'll look into it.
Exactly. You got to pay attention to the insane or inmate clown posse as one progresses.
Oh, that's funny.
The inmate clown posse.
That's funny.
Thanks.
All right.
Thanks, Lance.
Thank you, Lance. Sorry we lost you there. Let's go to Johnny B.
Hello, yeah, what?
Is this our very own Johnny B?
Of course.
It is. Hi, Johnny B.
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, I'm not sure the details of Couch Man Tim's spinal fracture. I know it's L5.
Tim the Tree Guy, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, Tim the Tree Guy, Couch Man.
Well, he's Couch Man now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, if he has a compression fracture, if he's listening, that the interventional radiology clinic that I help out at has a procedure called vertebroplasty or spine jack, or else kyphoplasty that might be able to help them.
Oh, that's nice of you, Johnny.
Well, you know what, Johnny? What we ought to do is I'm going to put you on hold, and we're going to have Katie get your contact info, and we will send that to his wife, Meg, the manager, and maybe you two can speak.
I'm okay with that.
Okay,
right,
hang on.
Hang on. We get Johnny B's.
You see what we do here?
Yes.
We're humanitarians.
Indeed. Brad.
Hello, yeah, what?
Hi, Brad. Where are you calling from?
From West Jordan.
Okay, what do you want?
So my daughter's middle school is having a play coming up at the end of the month, the 27th through the 1st.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just trying to get as many people there as they can. They're doing The Little Mermaid out at West Jordan Middle School.
Is your daughter in the play?
She is. She's one of the King Triton's daughters.
Now, are they going to flood the auditorium?
That's a good idea.
I hope so.
Realistic.
Are they going to pretend they're underwater?
Put on your 3D glasses now.
Yeah, something like that. They're just going to be in dresses and stuff like dressed like mermaids.
Cute.
So it's where is it again?
West Hills Middle School.
Okay.
And to get tickets, you just go to the middle school and you can pick them up. They have it's 6:30 at night, or Thursday and Friday. Saturday they have a matinee at 1:30, and their closing show is Monday.
Mm. Well, that sounds exciting.
Go to the theater.
You're a proud father, I can tell.
There you go.
I am.
All right, thanks.
All right.
Thank you.
For calling us.
Thank you so much.
See ya.
Thank you, sir. All right, let's continue. We'll go to, is it Felix?
Hello, yeah, what?
Looks like it. Felix,
Is
that right?
you?
Hey, good morning, gang.
Good morning.
Hey.
Oh, you were talking about famous rock musicians that you saw at little places.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
I went to college in Boston 40 years ago.
Oh, man.
And my buddy says, hey, you want to go see this new guy? I said, sure, what the hell? And so we go to this little dive bar. There may be enough room for maybe 30, 40 people.
Mm-hmm.
And it was Elvis Costello.
Wow.
Nice. I would love
and he put on a good show.
I'll bet he did.
Watching the detectives.
Mm-hmm.
And I was kind of surprised at the end of the show when he was packing up, saying his goodbyes and thank yous. He took his hat off. The guy's bald as a billiard ball.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was 40 years ago.
Yeah.
I thought,
You know what?
Yeah, I think.
You know what, Felix? 40 years ago, he's still bald today.
Yep.
Yes. He has a Simpsons action figure. I have it, and it is bald. All right. I've seen Elvis 3 times, but never in a small setting like that.
That'd be a great
so I'm
show.
kind of jealous. Let's see. We'll continue with
Hello, yeah, what?
after these messages.
877-602-9696 is the number.
Yes.
Crash I-15 northbound 123rd south and Draper on the left shoulder. Traffic at a crawl, backed up to Point of the Mountain. Traction law in place for both Big and Little Cottonwood Canyons. I suspect that will be an issue throughout the weekend, so just prepare for that if you're heading up skiing. We've got a crash northbound I-15 5th West in Bountiful. And let me check our message stream, see if anybody sent anything in. No, but you can if you see something. Let us know. 33986.
All right, KXRK Provo, we will take a break. We will be back after these messages with more.
Hello, yeah, what?
Stand by for that. ranlife.com/X96.
I don't know if I've ever mentioned to you that Rand Life is a local mortgage company. Have I not?
I think you have.
I probably
yes.
have.
Yes, you have.
And they held my mortgage for quite some time. Now, if you've been dreaming of a new home, why not use a local mortgage company like Rand Life? Rand Life has a very low floor rate, 3.25% on a 3-in-1 adjustable rate mortgage. That's for FHA and VA loans, 3.25%. And Rand Life, the professionals there, they can really help you along, tailor a mortgage for your specific needs. You could get a bigger house, a better location, get the gourmet kitchen you've dreamed of with that low mortgage rate. So don't wait. Turn your dream into an address with Rand Life. Visit randlife.com/X96 and learn about their incredible low rates. That's randlife.com/X96. Let Rand Life unlock the door to your perfect home.
Olaf, filling in yet another day for my announcer Uncle Johnny Olaf for this Beat Gina. Hey kiddos, is brushing your teeth too quiet for you?
Yes.
Scrub away plaque while listening to today's hottest hits with Tooth Tunes, the toothbrush that plays music in your head while you brush through vibrations in your teeth. Enjoy a customized 2-minute song clip from some of the most current artists like the Beach Boys, Kiss, and the cast of High School Musical. Tooth Tunes. It's better than an earworm. And now, with his voice reverberating through your skull, your host, Carrie Jackson.
Tooth Tunes. What could go wrong? Thank you, John. Nickiola. Sorry, Nickiola. Thank you so much. Let's go to, it looks like the randomizer has chosen Mike to play against Gina. Mike, are you there, Mike?
Good morning. How is everyone?
Mike, did you know that today is National Mike Day?
No, it's not, is it really?
I swear.
National
May
Mike Day.
24th,
Wow.
National Mike Day.
So, Mike?
I thought today was like National Thank Your Postman Day, but it's my day as well.
Mike, this is your day, so we're going to let you call the toss on the coin. It might give you an advantage in the game. Heads or tails, please, Mike?
Well, let's go with heads.
All right, coin toss app says heads, Gina Barbarian.
It's Mike's day.
So that means Mike gets the first question to answer exclusively. If he gets it correct, he gets the point. If not, I will allow Gina to answer it correctly, and she'll steal the point away. It's multiple choice, pop culture trivia. Mike, now if you win, you get those Duran Duran tickets, but if Gina manages to come from behind and beat you, what are you prepared to do in her name?
I have already written a lovely haiku for Gina.
Okay.
I'll put it in a tweet.
Okay.
Okay.
575 beats, right?
All right, thank you. Okay, the first question is for you, Mike. It's Elvis Presley trivia because it's Priscilla Presley's birthday, and we couldn't find enough Priscilla Presley trivia to
All right.
do it. But there you go. Anyway, Elvis. Okay. Here's the first question. Now, Mike, what is the name of the first movie that Elvis starred in? All four of these answers are real movies.
Ooh.
These are real movies. But which one is the first one that he starred in? Was it 1, Love Me Tender? Was it 2, The Man with the Okay. It's a long title. The Man with the Smallest Penis in Existence and the Electron Microscope Technician Who Loved Him.
That is not a real movie.
A real movie. 3, Please Don't Eat My Mother. Or 4, Jailhouse Rock.
Let's go with the first one.
Love Me Tender is correct.
Mike, getting in the lead as his own hound dog. 1-0.
Gina, Elvis is often referred to as the king of blank.
Okay.
Is it 1, stealing music and moves from black artists?
Yes, he is the king of that.
2, rock and roll. 3, pirate metal. Or 4, blues.
He's the king of rock and roll.
There you go.
Oh, and Gina's coming right on up 1-1.
All right, Mike. Elvis had a weird way of thanking his limo driver. What did Elvis gift his limo driver with? Was it 1, a yacht? Is it 2, a rock that looks like meat? 3, a limo? Or 4, a Louis Vuitton skateboard?
I don't know. Let's go with. I don't think Louis Vuitton makes skateboards. Let's go with number 1, a yacht.
Let me repeat the question for you. Elvis had a weird way of thanking his limo driver. What did Elvis give his limo driver? Was it 1, a yacht, 2, a rock that looks like meat, 3, a limo, or 4, a Louis Vuitton skateboard?
A limo.
A limo. Why would you give the limo driver a limo?
Wow. Through the power of deduction, Mike's gotten 2-1.
Exactly. Power of deduction. Gina.
Yes.
Elvis bought something expensive from FDR.
Okay.
Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
Okay.
He was a president. What was the expensive thing that he bought from FDR? Was it 1, FDR's wheelchair?
Okay.
Was it 2, a rock that looks like meat? 3, his yacht? Or 4, a Louis Vuitton skateboard?
No, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
What?
What was number 1?
Was it 1, FDR's wheelchair? 2, a rock that looks like meat?
He did not get his wheelchair.
3,
did he buy his wheelchair?
3, his yacht? Or 4, a Louis Vuitton skateboard?
A wheelchair? I don't believe any of
Nikki,
these.
I need you to weigh in.
Is that your answer?
Yes,
Final
that's
answer?
yes, that's my answer.
The wheelchair?
Yes.
Oh, man, I'm sorry. No.
What?
He did not
What did he?
buy FDR's wheelchair. from
Wheeling
him.
his way to steal the question.
That was the only one that made it. Did. Now, George wants to participate in Hello, Yeah, What? I said, George, you can't text in. This is a call-in feature from the number from Draper and everywhere else is 877-602-9696.
I hope you were patient with George.
I mean, he's a nice guy, I'm sure, but
well,
where did what Draper?
Yeah,
all right,
Draper.
All right, let's go back to Hello, Yeah, What?
Go back to let's take a call from Davey.
Hello, yeah, what?
Hi, Davey.
Sorry, Davey.
Where are you from? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from West Valley.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to give a shout out to an awesome local organization called Project Rainbow Utah.
Okay.
They put out pride and trans flags for a small donation in people's yards every year.
We do this all the
with,
time.
Great, yes, it's amazing. And with Trans Day of Visibility coming up here on March 31st, just wanted to remind everybody that this awesome organization exists, and they also, any of their proceeds that they get, they also spread out through smaller local LGBTQIA organizations as well.
Okay, how do you get a hold of them?
Organization.
How do you get a hold of them?
Yeah, you can get a hold of them at projectrainbowutah.org.
Okay, thank you.
It's pretty cool. They bring the flags and set them up, and then they take them down. And
it's nice because you don't have to store them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty cool.
Take care of it for you.
All right, let's go to Braden.
Hi, Braden.
Hello, yeah, what?
Where are you calling from?
Hello, good morning.
Yeah.
I am calling from the most west of Jordan.
Okay, what's up?
I am just calling to tell everyone hello and good morning, and also it's okay to tell others that you're not okay.
Yeah.
You know, and to let everyone else know that they can come to you if they're not okay.
Are you
just
okay,
remember to
Braden?
reach out to your friends. I am absolutely okay. Thank you for asking.
Okay.
Are you okay?
Okay. A-okay.
It's good. You know,
Wonderful.
Elmo tweeted that, I don't know, a couple months ago.
Yeah.
And it totally went viral because it was just as simple as what you're just saying. Just let people know if you're not okay, and let people know they can come to you if they need.
I don't want people to know that I'm not okay.
Bill, it's okay.
I don't want people to know it. I'm not okay, and I don't want people to know it.
All right.
Thanks, Braden.
Well,
See you,
Bill,
Braden.
you're loved and cared for.
Aw.
Thank you, Braden.
All right.
You're welcome.
Let's,
Have a great day, everyone.
Thank you. Let's go to Melanie.
Hello, yeah, what?
Yes, Melanie, where are you?
Hello, hi.
Hi.
I'm in Ogden. How are you?
Good. What's up?
Good. With your guys' 33rd birthday this weekend, it got me thinking that, I'm 35, and I grew up with my mom listening to you guys, getting ready in the morning. I listen to you guys in the morning. My sister listens to you in the morning, and now my nephew, who's 11, he listens to you guys in the morning, and his favorite segment is Beat Gina. So I just want to say you guys have been a big part of my family, and, we really appreciate what you guys do here.
Okay, when are you having us over for dinner then?
Yeah.
This weekend.
Okay.
Well, tell your nephew to
For
call in
Valentine's.
and play Beat Gina.
Yeah. We're going to play coming up.
I will. I'll tell him that.
Okay.
What's his name?
His name is Grayson.
Okay.
Grayson. I'm sure Grayson knows a lot about Edward James Olmos.
I bet so.
Because we got Edward James Olmos
I'll tell him
trivia.
to study this weekend.
No, it's today. It's today.
Thanks, Melanie.
You too. Thank you, guys.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
That's always nice to hear.
That is nice. Ryan.
Hello, yeah, what?
Hello, Ryan.
Hi, Ryan. Where are you?
I'm in Layton.
Okay. What do you got?
Just want to let everyone know, because I haven't seen really news coverage about it, but Utah has joined with Texas and 15 other Republican AG states in a lawsuit, Texas versus Becerra.
Mm-hmm.
And the background of it is they want to have Section 504 as part of the Health and Human Services Code, which requires anyone who takes federal money to provide access and services for people with disabilities. They want that ruled as unconstitutional.
Yeah. Yep. Because cruelty is the point.
Exactly.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. We'll look into it. I was not familiar with that particular move by our Attorney General, but it says,
of course.
It's section what? 50?
Section 504.
Of the, which code? The
Health and Human Services.
Okay.
All
I'll
right.
look into it. Thank you.
Thank you, Ryan.
Yep, thank you.
All right. Let's go to Eddie. Hello, Eddie.
Hello, yeah, what?
Hi, Eddie. Where are you?
I'm in Salt Lake City.
Okay, what do you got?
I am starting a vinyl record subscription club to support and promote local artists.
Oh,
I want to send you guys a copy of our first vinyl when it comes out.
Please do.
We're always looking for vinyl.
Yeah, please do.
Yes.
Okay.
The first one probably doesn't fit your guys' programming taste, but the second or third one's going to be ska bands, and I thought Carrie would love
I'm
that.
all over that.
Send it
I'm
in.
all over that. If this first one, I may pass it on to Bad Brad Wheeler because he could probably play it on
What's
his
the
show.
first
Bad
one?
Brad Wheeler actually plays with one of the artists on the first one.
Well, then there we go.
Yeah.
I'll be accused of favoritism.
I just wanted to, I wanted to tell people to go check out. It's 4 a.m. vinyl because I kept waking up at 4 in the morning with the idea of like, what else can I do to promote local artists, and this is my idea. So
There you go.
4 a.m. vinyl on Instagram.
Okay.
Excellent.
And check it out.
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much.
I'm looking for a
I'll
vinyl
be sending
sofa.
you guys copies.
I'm looking
Thank
for
you.
a vinyl sofa if you have one of those. What else have we got here?
Let's go to James. Hello, James.
Hello, yeah, what?
James, what?
Hey, how are you guys? Good morning.
Hi.
Hey, I'm calling. Well, first off, I've listened to you guys since the early 80s.
Thank you.
And rarely missed a show.
Thank you.
I've only called in a few times, but I had to call in to give you guys an update on my Larson experience.
Larson
Plumbing.
Larson HVAC and Plumbing.
Yes, thanks to you guys, our hot water heater went out, and Tyler.
What do you mean? Thanks to you,
And-
us, your
That
water
was my
heater went
fault.
out.
I needed a really hot bath, and I gave it too much.
So your water heater went out, and Tyler came over from Larson.
Yes.
Mhm. Yeah.
Came quickly, put in my wife, Gina, talked me into the tankless.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And my wife loves you, Gina, for that.
You love it.
And it's awesome. They were quick.
right.
They were clean. They were kind.
Yeah.
Oh, they're good people.
Highly recommend.
They're excellent. Thank you.
They're good
I'm glad
people.
you had a good
They are.
experience
Thanks.
with them.
Thanks, James.
And
Thank you,
Go
James.
take a nice,
thank
long,
you,
hot
guys.
shower.
See you later.
Yes, I will. Thank you.
Let's go to Bill.
Hi, Bill.
Yeah, what?
Bill, what do you want?
Good morning, lords and lady.
Morning.
I have a question for Carrie.
Uh-oh.
Carrie, I think you had mentioned that you had broadcast once in the Uinta Basin. What year was that?
I don't recall the years. I worked at KNEU in Roosevelt for about a year and a half. I'd have to look at my resume. I don't recall
It's
the
been
years.
a while.
It's been a long, long, long time.
It was probably in the
Early 80s.
early 80s.
Or I could be mid 80s. Yeah,
Well, so
something. Yeah.
Yeah, so I graduated from Vernal, and I wondered if that voice of yours is the one I've been listening to for 40 years.
Oh, no.
It was a country station. Did you
Yeah.
listen to country then?
Negative.
Okay.
KNEU 1280, the voice of the Uinta Basin. We got Tradio coming up with Fred. Oh,
Fred Brown.
Fred Brown, the voice of the Uinta Basin. On the way.
All right.
Here's Waylon Jennings again.
See you later, Bill.
Thanks, Bill.
See you guys.
All right.
Like
Let's.
he had chickens in the background.
It did kind of sound like that, didn't it? Let's go to Chaz. And
Hello,
then we'll...
yeah, what?
Hi, Chaz. Where are you calling from?
Calling from Hooper, actually.
That's Hooper to
That's
you, Chaz.
Hooper, Chaz.
I was just calling because I wanted to say something in a kind of a public forum, but like I feel like we as humanity have forgotten that we can just say no if it's like kind of bad for us.
Absolutely, you can.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah.
But like, because here's the thing, I kind of feel like in the United States right now, we're kind of in a situation where like all of our rights are getting ripped away in front of us, and nobody's standing up to saying, we don't like this, can you please stop?
I mean, we try to do that here.
Well, and it's not that there's nobody. It's just that it's tough to do the way that everything is stacked against us. But there have been several protests, and there's one this weekend, I believe.
Is there another one?
Yeah, they're going to keep coming. So,
Well, nice. I feel like it's getting kind of ridiculous, and we're just kind of handing it all off, and nobody's actually saying anything out loud about it.
Yeah.
Well, there are some.
Yeah, it's hard to find those voices because they've been driven underground under threats of defunding, and
I mean, there are no media outlets here locally except this one where we we speak up about things, but.
And there are ad agencies that are constantly telling people not to advertise on this show because we're too liberal.
That's the thing. I wish there was a louder voice just for
Bill's pretty loud. I don't
Bill's
know.
pretty loud.
I yell a lot,
but they keep silencing us.
Well,
so
that's the thing. I have a trans daughter too, and the things that are happening now, it hurts my soul.
I know.
So much.
I got a friend of mine with 2 trans kids.
I know.
They're talking about moving.
Yeah, to where?
It's scary right now.
All right.
Hey, thanks,
I
Chaz.
feel like it's things we need to be saying out loud.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. You guys have a good morning.
All right,
Thank you. That's hard.
It is hard.
He
what?
obviously a distraught person.
Yes. All right. Well, we're going to take a break. If any of these folks want to try to play Beat Gina, folks that are lined up, we're going to do that coming up next. Traffic, please.
Okay. Crash I-50 northbound 123rd south in Draper. And that's the only real accident. Just sort of plan ahead as you're leaving this morning and not thinking about how things might be different on your way home tonight. Weather will definitely be different on your way home. So enjoy your smooth commute.
Isn't it always different?
I mean, yeah, but I just
mean really different?
I meant weather-wise.
I don't like the looks of it right now.
That's traffic.
Okay, well, it is time to play Beat Gina after these messages and a song. I think the song's going to be on vinyl, by the way, just so you know. It's vinyl and on this day. It is time to play Beat Gina. I'm not kidding. It's not just Edward James Olmos trivia. It's Battlestar Galactica trivia.
Oh, well.
All right, but it's because it's his birthday, so. Battlestar Galactica trivia coming up. After these messages and a song, you might win if you play Beat Gina. What is the prize?
Tickets to see Hosier Unreal Unearthed Tour coming to Utah First Credit Union Amphitheater on August 1st.
Hosier tickets, 877-602-9696. Call now, play after these messages and a song, win those tickets. BigOTires.com.
You know, Big O is your one-stop shop for automotive repair. Stop in for tires or wheels, alignments, rotation, balance, oil changes, all of that. As a matter of fact, they have a healthy car special right now that includes most of that for just $59.95. And they're having a President's Day sale on tires, the Big O brand tires.
Yeah, you could give the gift of tires for Valentine's Day.
Sure.
Make an appointment at bigotires.com and now take advantage through February 17th. When you buy 3 tires, you get the 4th tire for free.
And Big O wants to keep you safe and help you save money on tires, and they do a great job of it. I go to the one on 2nd East in South Temple, always receive great service there. Find a Big O tire store near you. Go to bigotires.com. That's where you'll find the list of stores. That's where you can make an appointment online, although walk-ins are also welcome. Remember, Big O Tires, they are the team you
to sponsor, Gina.
It's brought to you by Delicious Ice Cream.
All right, listen. So we have our new clients here in the studio with us from Advanced Window Products, and we want to keep you as clients. We want to keep your money, and that's why we're feeding you ice cream.
We're going to be here every morning.
I was going to say,
the donut critic has joined us. Ben is here, and he's brought ice cream from Cloud 9th Creamery.
I've come to wreck all of your diets.
I was gonna say, see, I've never heard of this place, but it may be my new go-to place now.
Yeah, and especially ice cream for breakfast. I mean,
this is incredible.
Yeah,
you start your day off right.
Yeah, this is a semi-new business. It started a long time ago. It's a family business. So in like 1942, this family was making ice cream, and then the rations for the war started pulling that back, and so they weren't able to make their ice cream. And that went dormant for many, many, many years until about 2 years ago. The son decided, or the grandson decided, hey, I'm going to make ice cream. And this is what we get. So these recipes are stemming from all of those recipes back then. And it's only available during the summer. That's the problem, right?
Yes. They're crazy for shutting down.
So it's at 9th and 9th? Is that where they are?
Yeah, so if you know where Crack Shack, the chicken place, used to be, which is now Houston Hot Chicken, it's just east of that. So
Okay, yeah.
it's just a little sliver of a shop, and it's amazing. The milk fat is super premium.
This is the key.
Yes, and so it's 16% milk fat for those of you that track that.
Yes, my muscles like that.
The muscles do like that.
Yes.
No, when I was a little kid, I always like laughed at the boxes of ice cream that said premium ice cream. I'm like, who says that? And it's like, no, that's a legit thing. There are percentages that determine whether it's a premium or a super premium ice cream.
And now what are the flavors we have here?
So what you have is Death by Peanut Butter, which we've been eating it, and you all have mentioned, like, I'm not even a big peanut butter fan, but this is really delicious.
I don't like peanut butter. I would never pick a peanut butter ice cream. But the texture with this is fire.
Yeah, it's so
really
silky,
amazing.
smooth.
And
it
it's not overwhelming. It's peanut butter. It's just,
Right.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
And then we have a monkey business, which is a peanut butter, or not peanut butter, sorry, a banana and a fudge.
And the bananas in there, whole bananas in there.
And
Delicious.
Carrie, you said it's almost like taking a bite of cake.
Like a chocolate cake.
So rich.
good.
And then the last is Almond Joy.
That one's pretty damn good, I gotta say.
Yeah, and like I said, I feel like this is the Almond Joy that everybody wants. You take a bite of the candy bar, and I'm always like, it needs a little bit of creaminess to it. The ice cream really hammers that home.
Now, do they have other flavors as well?
Oh, yeah. They right now probably have 10 flavors. A couple of them are for sorbets if you're dairy free. But my favorite is banana cream pie. They use bits of actual pie.
Carrie likes stuff in his.
I like stuff in my
Me
ice
too.
cream.
Me too.
I am exactly the same too. And they do it so well. My wife likes the cake batter.
That I would get that one.
Which honestly tastes like you're eating cake batter.
Oh man!
And then
Carrie, you'll have to get a double scoop. Well,
Stop
are
on the-
they
stop on the way
corn?
home.
Do they have a cone that you?
Yeah, so they
Okay.
do waffle cones. So they have fresh waffle cones or in a cup. And one that you'd really like, they have a new flavor called sugar cookie, and it's got little bits of sugar cookie. It's probably the best sugar cookie ice cream I've ever had in my life.
A guy in the chat room says they do Dole Whip too.
Yes, there's a Dole Whip, and then you can get ice cream Dole Whip mixes.
Now, is that the only place you can get it?
No, there's a number of places that they've started to sell wholesale where
Oh,
you
really?
can get it at the restaurants.
Okay.
So if you go to the Chocolate, which is in South Jordan or in Orem, they serve it with their hot cookies, which is obviously amazing.
That would be even better.
Kumo Cafe, they do like the big fluffy pancakes. That's in like the Chinatown area. Tam's Cream Puffs down in Orem. Kiromas, I'm not sure where that one is located, but that is a spot you can get it. The Dalai Lama, those the waffle cones that they put an ice cream scoop in. You can get it there. Gooey Gourmet Brownies in Orem. And then Flankers in Salt Lake. Ruth's Diner. That one was
Oh,
one that
wow.
Ruth's Diner.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to be going up there in the canyon. And
We've all been to
enjoying it.
Roots, yeah.
And then Hogel Zoo. So they're hard ice cream up at Hogel
Oh,
Zoo.
okay.
I'm taking my kids there. I'll be getting ice cream.
Which one was your favorite, Nate?
Yeah, my portions were pretty small, so that's kind of hard to say. I had the smaller
He needs
servings
more.
out of the bunch.
I'm
But,
sorry, I'll bring more next
it's
time.
fine,
He
it's
needs
fine.
more to try, so yeah.
But the peanut butter was a hit.
Now, let's move
Well,
on.
it's, Cloud 9th. is
Cloud
the-
9th, yep, 9th and 9th. And you got to get in. They just barely opened on Friday, but they're going to be running throughout the summer. But you have to get there because it's amazing.
Now, the Utah Dough Show happened this past Saturday. With a good show.
Yeah, so I wore my Dunkin' Donut costume, quite the spectacle.
Proud of you.
Well, thank you. But yeah, we did some judging. So we judged the 21 shops that were there. A lot of people are surprised that there are 21 shops in Utah, but there's many more.
Oh, yeah.
But the 21 shops that were able to make the show brought their best, and we were able to taste everything. And I'm just now recovering from all the sugar.
What was the best donut overall?
So the best donut is Chubby Baker's, the passion fruit cream cheese. And I have brought that in for you all.
Yeah.
It probably was about 6-7 months ago.
I remember it.
It was the star of the show, hands down. We all loved it. The best cake donut was from Donut Run. So there's a new Ogden location, and then they have Spanish Fork, American Fork, and St. George locations.
Okay.
Best raised donut was Parlor Donuts. This is a new shop that's going to be in Utah. It's going to be in Pleasant Grove. It's a nationwide chain, but they're now coming to Utah, and it's so good. It's like croissant rolled donuts, like great salty, sweet flavors. You're going to have to look for that. It's going to be open in about 2 months in Pleasant Grove. And then we also tasted the Other Side Donuts maybe a couple months here.
Yeah, you brought those in.
That's from the Other Side Academy.
Yes.
Those are great people.
So they had the most creative donut, which was a donut. It was just covered all in popcorn, and then it had like a stick of cotton candy. It was just amazing. It was a fair theme, and they just they knocked it out of the park.
All right. Ben Lee, the Donut Critic. You can find all of this. Where's the best place to find all of your stuff, Ben?
So go to Donut Critic on Instagram, or you can go to donutcritic.com.
All right. Thanks for the ice cream, and we'll be sampling some of these donuts later on in the coming weeks.
Yes, you guys will be tasting
Hey,
it.
we'll
Looking
be
forward
here.
to it.
We'll be here, Ben.
Yeah, they're going to make sure that they're here.
Yeah, we'll be here.
Thanks a lot. All right. Because
on this day in 1950, Peter Gabriel was born.
And I had the vinyl. Well, it worked out. Okay. It is Beat Gina time, brought to you by
X96 welcomes Hosier Unreal Unearthed Tour coming to Utah First Credit Union Amphitheater Friday, August 1st. Tickets are on sale now. You can find out more at x96.com.
Did you ever walk a long way with a pebble in your shoe?
Yes.
Have you suffered a toothache for hours before you could get to the dentist?
Yes.
And a blistering sunburn is no fun either, is it?
No.
Well, let's see what you think of this installment of Beat Gina.
Well,
I'm your announcer, Johnny Ola. Today's Beat Gina is brought to you by Turtle Wax Car Wax.
Oh.
It's the only auto polish with beryllium that gives your car a hard shell finish that protects like an invisible garage. Turtle Wax, for that hard shell finish. And now here's a man who has his own hard shell finish. Your host, Kerry Jackson.
The year's supply of turtle wax?
Yes.
Oh, nice. Okay, there it is. Your randomizer has picked a contestant. Gina, you'll be playing against Dave today. Dave, are you there? Dave?
Dave?
Oh, Dave.
Dave.
Oh,
Maybe
Dave?
not.
Dave, are you there?
Yes.
Oh,
yes,
there he
here
is.
I am.
Okay, all right, Dave.
Can you hear us okay, Dave?
I can. I'm adjusting my volume. There we go.
All right. Okay. There we go. The first thing you got to do is let's find out who goes first. We'll toss a coin to see who goes first. It will give you the advantage. You call it, Dave, heads or tails?
Lucky tails.
Lucky tails. Well, he's not wrong.
Oh, it was lucky for you today. You're one step closer to winning these Hosier tickets.
All right. Dave, because you won the coin toss, that means the first question is for you to answer exclusively. If you get it correct, you get the point. If not, I will allow Gina to answer that question, stealing your point away. We'll go back and forth till one of you gets 3 points. Because it is Edward James' almost birthday today, it's Battlestar Galactica trivia. By the way, Dave, you have the advantage because Gina never watched this version of Battlestar Galactica.
I'm old school.
But there are a lot of crossovers.
No advantage because I didn't really see much of it either.
Okay.
Okay. Here, let's see how you do.
So this is the version without puppets.
No, this is the this is the good version.
Yeah, without puppets.
Yes. All right. The first question is for Dave. Dave, let's see. What term was used by the colonial warriors to describe any of the humanoid Cylon models, the ones that look like people? Was it 1, Elon stands? Is it 2, log cabin Republicans? Is it 3, skin jobs? Or 4, toasters?
I'll go with 4.
Toasters? Well, I threw that in there
No.
to confuse you.
It was 1 or 4.
Gina.
It must be a skin job.
Skin job.
Yes.
Which sounds like something we shouldn't be saying, but...
Oh, it's a skin job.
Okay.
That's what they were called.
Yeah, so it's 1 point for Gina, no points for Dave, and Gina controls the question.
All right, Gina, this one's a crossover.
Good.
In both the original series and the remake, they have an episode with the same title.
Okay.
What is the title of the episode? Is it 1, the seizure of $300 from a pig woman in Beverly Hills?
Could be.
Is it 2, a brutal connection with the Alice from Linen Service? Is it 3, the hand of God? Or 4, gun on Ice Planet Zero?
I'm going to say the hand of God.
Hand of God is correct.
2 for Gina, none for Dave. We'll go back and see if you can get a point here, Dave.
All right, Dave, here we go.
Okay.
Dave, the phrase end of line, as spoken by the hybrids, you know, when they die, well, when they download, it's a whole thing. Anyway, the phrase end of line, as spoken by the hybrids, is an homage to what movie? Is it 1, Ready Player One? Is it 2, Tron? Is it 3, Hard Times on the FAFO Railroad? Or 4, The True Story of the Death of the Traveling Wilburys? It's a documentary.
This is a gift he gave you, Dave. You better get this.
Huh?
This is Tron. It's got to be Tron.
It is Tron.
Yes, there you go. That's a point for you, Dave. Gina has 2, and she controls the question.
Gina's a little resentful that I gave you one.
There wasn't... There were
Gina?
3 joke answers
Gina,
in that one.
here's where you come in and just take it.
Okay.
The Galactica discovers, and this is in both series,
Okay.
the Galactica discovers that they are not the only Battlestar left after all.
What?
Yeah. What is the name of the Battlestar that is also around besides the Galactica? Is it 1, Battlestar Pegasus? Is it 2, Battlestar Prometheus? Is it 3, Battlestar Nipsey Hussle? Or 4, Battlestar Adonis Morissette?
Adonis. No, it's Pegasus.
Pegasus is correct.
And Gina wins
There
the
it is.
thrilling contest.
Sweeped right in.
Thrilling contest. Kind of like a blistering sunburn or a pebble in your shoe.
Oh.
Sorry, Dave. You didn't win. Well,
Dave, I don't want to be
I
don't want to be a pebble in your shoe, Dave. I want to be a positive in your life.
She wants to take you to church.
she wants to meet you for dinner, Dave.
She wants the Battlestar Galactic Church is where she's going to take you.
Dave, I'm going to give you these Hosier tickets anyway.
All right. You're going to get the tickets. Hang on.
Congratulations, Dave. Hang on. Listen, I'm out. I got to go home. I've got a quart of gin and a bottle of turtle wax. I got things to polish.
Ooh. All right. Big boy news now, brought to you by...
Blast off into the future of space exploration at Clark Planetarium starting February 14th in the Hanson Dome Theater. Space, the New Frontier, takes you on an unforgettable journey through the second golden age of discovery only at Clark Planetarium.
Neighbors are massively relieved as George Michael's home in London's upmarket Hampstead area is being restored after it fell into disrepair. The $10 million house, £10 million, I guess it is, was left to the Wham's superstar's sister, Yoda Panayiotou, following his death in 2016 at the age of 53. He had lived in the property for a number of years, having purchased it in 1987, but opted for his Oxfordshire or Highgate mansions in the latter years of his life. The garden and home had fallen into disrepair during this time, and photos from the last year showed the home remained untouched in the years since his death. In other words, it was a dump.
Mm-hmm.
However, it appears repairs are now taking place, as scaffolding has appeared around the structure and the builders were on site. We are massively relieved that it's being done up, a father of two told Metro, having lived near the house for the past 20 years. It's just been a wreck. It's an eyesore, and we're very happy that it's being restored. We obviously all knew who owned it at one time. It was a relatively small place, but with a tremendous location. It's an interesting building, but it was in a right old state. So renovations are underway now, and I don't know if it says here who bought it, but the neighbors are happy to see it fixed up. Well, this is a terrible, tragic story. Police in Wyoming believe that 32-year-old Tranielle Harshman shot her 4 young daughters on Monday, killing 3 of them. Harshman survived, as did 7-year-old Olivia, whose injuries forced officials to transport the girl to Primary Children's Hospital for medical care.
Oh, the mother did die.
Did she die?
Yeah.
According to GoFundMe set up to help raise money for medical and funeral bills, Olivia suffered traumatic brain trauma. That's the little girl.
She's at Primary Children's.
She's in critical condition at Primary Children's. The Bighorn County Sheriff's Office first responded to the shootings on Monday after a 911 call was made by a woman who had heard gunshots inside the house, and added that her daughters had been shot. The woman, later identified as Ms. Harshman, told the dispatcher that she could be found upstairs in the house, and she was also going to shoot herself.
Her husband said she'd been suffering from postpartum depression.
Oh,
she'd been trying to get help for it.
Tough. Man, it's just so tough. So the only survivor, the little girl Olivia, is in critical condition. The Trump administration is urging the NCAA and high schools across the United States to erase any athletic records achieved by transgender athletes competing in women's sports.
It's like
No, it's a purge.
So few kids.
The memo from the U.S. Department of Education comes after President Trump signed an executive order essentially banning transgender women from competing in women's athletics at the high school and collegiate levels. Following Trump's executive action, the NCAA announced it would no longer allow transgender women to compete against cisgender women. The next necessary step is to restore athletic records to women who have for years been devalued, ignored, and forced to watch men steal their accolades.
How many are...
None of that is true.
No, none of it.
How many are we talking about?
100 and something.
Yeah, in the nation.
Yeah, said Candace Jackson, Deputy General Counsel of the Department of Education. The NCAA had allowed transgender women to compete in women's athletics as long as they met certain testosterone testing levels that were sport-specific. NCAA President Charlie Baker said in December that fewer than 10 transgender athletes were competing in women's sports on the collegiate level. Even with the relatively small number of transgender athletes in college athletics, the issue of including transgender women in college athletics has become a key policy issue for lawmakers. Riley Gaines, a hideous human being and outspoken critic of allowing trans athletes in women's sports, celebrated the announcement. Restoring stolen athletic accolades to their rightful owners is a crucial step towards reinstating accountability. You know, Riley Gaines she's just made money off of this whole situation. That's why she's in it. She has a foundation that, people give her money to say things that are not true. The White House said Wednesday that news organizations that refused to use Trump's new name for the Gulf of Mexico were telling lies and insisted that it would continue to bar Associated Press journalists from presidential events. Trump has decreed that the international body of water, which borders Mexico, the United States, and other nations, is going to be called the Gulf of America. In its influential style book, the AP said that it would continue to use Gulf of Mexico, while also noting Trump's decision to ensure that names of geographical features are recognized around the world. The White House's outright attempt at regulating language used by independent media and the punitive measures attached to it mark a sharp escalation in Trump's dealings with news organizations. It's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. Kias, those you see a lot of Kias around.
Oh yeah.
And I think
Very
it's
popular car.
It's a popular car. I think it's probably because of it is a good price point.
I've owned a Kia. They're a good car.
They're kind of nice looking. Well, if you have a Kia, you are very likely to have it broken into or stolen.
Yes.
Another Utah neighborhood is being targeted for Kia thefts. This time, police said the suspect or suspects are often leaving the cars in driveways damaged. In a post Tuesday, police asked drivers to park in their garage or keep cameras pointed toward their vehicles due to a recent uptick in vehicle burglaries. In the past couple of weeks, we've seen a significant uptick in vehicle burglaries, or they're actually probably more like attempted vehicle thefts of Kias, said the Salt Lake City Police Department. That was Chief Mitch Gwilliam. Gwilliam said that the string of attempted break-ins is located in the Foxborough neighborhood. Oh, that's out in sort of North Salt Lake area, right?
I don't know.
I get mine confused. I had a Hyundai, not a Kia. Sorry.
Yeah.
Both Korean. So
let's see. But anyway, they're stealing a lot of, and I think part of the reason is that there are just a lot of them out there, a lot of Kias out there. They said Hyundai's also, Carrie.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
My Hyundai Santa Fe I quite liked.
Let's see. A Kearns man accused of fatally shooting his friend who claimed that he could dodge a bullet has been charged.
Yep.
Ashton Jonathan Mann, 23, charged Wednesday in 3rd District Court, manslaughter. He said that his friend said he could dodge a bullet, and so, it's a game we used to play all the time. Dodge the bullet, It's a lot of fun. We played that in Ogden all the time. Okay, that's it.
Sports weather traffic.
A murderer O.J. Simpson's estate is ready to go on the auction block. You want to make bids
Really?
for,
What's there?
Well, all kinds of stuff. He's got Heisman memorabilia.
Yeah.
He's
I don't
got
want any of that.
movie, like Naked Gun memorabilia.
Oh, so wait, we're buying a furnished house. Okay.
I mean, you're just buying his stuff.
Oh,
By the way, this money is going to pay his debts, including the civil suits against him because he murdered people. There's also his pornography stash from prison.
Wow.
I'm
you
listening.
Could buy O.J. Simpson's pornography stash. They haven't listed the prices yet. I'll keep an eye on this.
Yeah,
for
would you
if
please
want.
follow that?
Did you find the details about what's in the pornography stash?
You want specifics?
Yeah.
It's analog, I'm sure. It's
It's prison.
magazine.
It's magazine. It's Utah Jazz. They didn't tank last night. Actually, they did pretty well against the Lakers. 131-119. They play the Clippers tonight at 7 o'clock. And Utah women's basketball team beat the Colorado Buffaloes 77-60 yesterday. Okay, so here's your weather situation. Road weather alert issued from Thursday through Saturday ahead of a winter storm expected to bring snow, rain showers, and wind gusts of up to 50 miles an hour to portions of Utah. Utah Department of Transportation said western routes will begin to see snowfall as early as 9 a.m. this morning. From there, precipitation is projected to move eastward with significant portions of many interstates experiencing light road snow throughout the morning, afternoon as temperatures slowly warm up. Valleys expected to endure the worst conditions from Bountiful northward Thursday afternoon and evening, while Utah and Salt Lake counties will see light snowfall and warmer temperatures throughout the day. This storm is going to go all weekend long.
Yeah.
Is it raining now?
It would like to.
It's thinking about it.
Yeah.
Let's see. Traffic. We had a semi-rollover westbound I-215 to go southbound I-15 in Salt Lake. Crash southbound I-15. This is in Nephi, milepost 225. And still some slowage northbound I-15 coming around Point of the Mountain into Draper. That is traffic. Haster Games for board games. Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, miniatures, dice, paints, and more. Haster Games, 6831 South State, or hastergames.com.
Thank you.
Listen to Radio from Hell at Home when you first wake up.
Yeah.
Everything bagel topping. Like we have a jar of it
Oh, yeah.
at home.
It's good on everything.
And I really haven't used it much.
Put it on salads. It's good on salads.
I'm
on your baked potato? Put it on
I've had it on a
potato?
bagel, and I don't think I've ever actually taken the jar that we have at home and sprinkled it on other stuff. I like the idea. I don't know why I haven't done it. I'll give it a try.
Avocado toast.
Oh, okay. But I think I have a new one that we should use. Some time ago, I found these pretzels, Mexican street corn pretzels.
Yeah.
And they had this, Mexican street corn flavoring on them, which it was kind of a granulated thing like that. And I discovered at the store this week, Mexican street corn Cheetos.
Cheetos?
Oh, man.
Did you buy them?
Yes.
Why didn't you bring some in?
Well, because I want them all for myself. I'll bring some in tomorrow. I don't think anybody else is eating them but me. I've about a half a bag left. But they're...
But is it like a Cheeto? Or
they're baked, like the baked Cheetos.
The big puffy ones?
No, not the big puffy ones. The baked ones.
Like the crispy ones?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which I prefer. Occasionally I'll like the big puffy ones because they're kind of like styrofoam or something.
Yeah, I don't like the puffy ones.
I don't really go for them that much either. And they stain your fingers worse than the baked ones.
Yes.
I think that's what you call them, baked, but they're crunchy, really
That's why
crunchy.
you use chopsticks to eat your Cheetos.
That's a good idea.
Oh.
But the Mexican street corn Cheetos, I like them better than regular Cheetos, and you don't get that orange stuff all over your fingers. So why don't we have Mexican street corn flavoring just in
I'm sure
maybe there is
somewhere, I would think.
Now, speaking of condiments, Muhammad likes... God bless my husband. He gets up in the morning and makes him eggs and hash browns
eggs and hash
toast.
browns?
Yes, the Prophet loves eggs and hash browns and toast. And traditionally, he's been using Old Bay seasoning.
Oh, yeah.
On all of that.
Yeah.
But the other day, he said, Old Bay's kind of more of a lunch-dinner seasoning. He said, I wish there was something that was more breakfast. My husband found, and you're going to think I'm making this up, it's from Traeger.
Okay.
And it's called Breakfast Rub.
I believe it.
I had a breakfast rub this morning.
I knew you were going to say that. Sea salt, paprika, and chives. And Muhammad he's like, this is exactly what I'm looking for. It is not as spicy. It's made for eggs and hash browns. Doesn't that sound good?
Yeah, it does. I would beg to differ, though. I think Old Bay is the anytime seasoning. I mean, it is the...
You can use it for so many things.
You know what's overrated, though, is Mrs. Dash. That's overrated.
Now, see, my wife did a search, and she says that Trader Joe's has everything but the elote spice, which is the Mexican street corn. But now I got a texter who says that they do, in fact, have it. They have a dip called everything but the elote.
Which is the corn.
It's their street corn flavor.
Huh. Have to find that.
Which is adjacent to everything but the bagel.
I think that's great.
And now everyone is having suggestions for the everything but the bagel shaky
what
stuff.
to put it on?
Yeah, grilled cheese. Huh. Someone said mac and cheese. Put it on a mac and cheese.
Yeah, I don't know why I've never...
Oh, there it is. Yeah, everything but the elote. That's what you look for.
Okay.
There it is.
Oh, yeah.
Yellow.
Yeah.
With red.
I'm going there today.
There you go.
That's... Because, the Cheetos are just great. Oh, and here's the breakfast rub, too, from Traeger. Sea salt, paprika, and chives. That does sound good.
Yeah.
I don't eat breakfast much, though, so I don't know. I love Mexican street corn. I mean, I've had it in Mexico, where in the street.
You've eaten corn in the street in Mexico?
I have, in fact, eaten corn in the street in Mexico. And it's, as a matter of fact, I think that may be the first time I ever had it. And it was amazing. It was like, why don't we do this?
You can.
Well, I know, but it was not common at the time I had it. When they put we use sour cream, and roll the corn in some hot corn and sour cream.
We'll give you a bulletin just received from one of our naval units at sea.
Indeed, it is.
Hello, sailor boy!
We have a report from my sailor son.
Festus.
Festus is in the Navy, and he is in medical school in San Diego. He's training to be an independent duty corpsman. It's kind of like a PA.
He's a nurse.
No.
No?
It's more than that, because the independent part of independent duty corpsman means he will be, when he graduates, assigned somewhere where he will be the sole medical personnel at that. Could either be on a ship.
Somalia.
It could be in Somalia. It could be with a Marine unit.
It could be at an outpost on one end of the planet, like the Thing.
Yep. He's it. So he has to be trained how to do everything.
Okay.
And I do mean everything.
Yeah.
Including.
And this week it was two things.
All right.
It was learning how to do a pap smear and learning how to do a prostate exam.
Right. Okay.
Oh, if you go to x96.com/live, you can see Festus there on the deck of a ship with his stethoscope around his neck, ready to.
Was this right when he got out of the brig?
ready to listen to your heart or lungs somewhere. So I talked to him last night because I've been anxious to hear. I said, "How do they go about teaching you this?" He's like, "Well, you learn about it, and then they have like plastic models that you practice on
for pap smears and for
prostate
digital exams."
But then, the only way to really know is to use it on a real human person.
Right.
And he said for the pap smear, there were several women that were part of this.
Sailors?
No. So I thought this was just other military
That's what
people.
I thought, too, yeah.
Apparently, there is a business, a service, and
that supplies people, huh?
They go to medical schools all over, not just military. It's like we need. You know how, like at art school, you have a live model?
Yeah.
It's like that.
I need 50 prostate exams.
I need 50 people to do a pap smear on.
This week. Yeah.
So he said first they did the pap smear rotation.
Okay.
And he said it was very interesting because they were very concerned during that about proper language and demeanor and making women feel comfortable.
Yeah,
he said you might be dealing with women who have experienced some trauma.
Okay.
Little things like don't call it the bed. Don't say I need you to hop up on the bed here. It's a table.
Exam table.
You need to be as clinical as possible.
Right.
You don't say lubrication, you say jelly.
Okay, that's enough. I don't need to know anymore.
But it's important. It's important.
Yeah. And how about the prostate exam?
Well, so for the women, there's 20 people in his class, by the way.
Yes.
For the women, there were several different women that were available for the pap smear.
Okay.
And they would go into different rooms, and there would be several people in there at once. You weren't alone with them.
And they get paid.
Well, I'll tell you. So, prostate. One guy, Paul.
Good old Paul.
Paul is the only guy there for prostate practice with 20 people.
20 people.
Now,
Paul,
so 20 different corpsmen are going to be giving Paul a digital exam.
Yes.
Paul gets $300 a finger.
Wow.
I think I would do it.
When I was telling Geek Show about this, I said 100.
No.
Oh, wow.
He made $6,000 that day.
Yeah, I'd do it.
And Festus said, Paul is not only the model, he's walking you through it. Like he's the instructor.
Oh, really?
Like, okay.
All right.
Here's what you do.
A little to the left.
To the left.
Kind of thing.
Wow. Yeah.
Nope, you need to do... Walks you through and over and over.
Well,
you
see, after the first couple of times, you get just
I
more
guess.
relaxed, and it's like it's easier to.
And I said to Festus, "Well, how was Paul's prostate?" And he said, "Well, it's just supposed to be hard and smooth. You're looking for and a certain size,
right?
If
like
it is,
like a walnut or
yeah,
something.
if it is a little bigger or uneven or not uniform,
yeah."
And I said, "Do you feel like you got a good handle on?"
That wasn't a good way to put it.
That
you really need to put your finger on this.
He said, I think I got it.
Yeah. So and
$6,000 for just an afternoon.
But he was the instructor.
Just for that.
Or just he knew about it.
No. He's. I am here to teach you about. I mean, they were taking classes all leading up to this, but for this specific day, it was this guy saying, I'm here for you to examine me.
Sir, why is your back to the class? why is your back to the class? Well, you don't really need to see my face. You just need to say hello to me this way.
So,
hang on. Here we go.
Brace yourselves. The area of penetration will no doubt be sensitive.
No. Well, not after the first 3 or 4. I think it's probably. Yeah, there you go.
I sent him the little clip from Fletch when Fletch goes to the doctor.
Yeah.
And sings Moon River.
My advice to someone who's contemplating inserting a rectal foreign body is to not do it.
Not do it.
Don't do it.
Not. Let me write that down.
Would you?
I continually miss.
Just a good idea.
Yeah.
So he's done with that. He passed it. It's on to the next. I said, what's...
Thank God Fisto isn't in the...
Fisto, ladies and gentlemen.
Isn't in the Navy.
He was an action figure.
Studying this.
He was an action figure, a He-Man action figure.
Fisto.
I said, what's the next section you're doing? He's like, we're moving on to the endocrine system. It's diabetes. And...
Did he express that any reservations about having to do any of that other stuff?
No. He says, I am loving learning all this stuff. He's excited about what he's doing.
Good.
So that's, you kind of have to have that attitude.
Yeah. It's a weird thing between a man and his doctor when you get that exam, and generally the doctor tries to.
Bill, it's a weird thing between a woman and her doctor.
I'm sure.
It's a similar
doctor,
vulnerability.
The doctor tries to make it, I think they try to make it sort of, there's a little levity involved sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, now we get to the fun part.
Yeah.
They try
and
to lighten it up.
And they'll talk you through, they'll talk about other things. Like, so I went on a hike the other day, to distract you kind of.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All that work.
Wow.
Man.
Wow.
Well, Paul, he made $6,000.
$6,000 just in a day.
Yeah, I'd do it.
I'm happy for Paul.
I'd do it for $6,000.
I am happy for Paul. There you go.
You get used to something.
Well, yeah, we all have a skill.
Yeah.
I don't know how you learn that's your skill.
My skill is getting a prostate exam.
Right.
I'm really good at getting one.
You can make money doing this.
Somebody sent a picture of the Fisto action figure.
Yep, there he is.
Yeah.
Oh, I miss him so much.
Brief nudity! All right. Well,
there you go.
Traffic, please, Gina.
Okay. Crash I-15 northbound at Point of the Mountain. It's off to the left shoulder. Rolled semi from westbound I-215 to go I-15 southbound in Midvale has closed the connecting ramp. All traffic's being diverted onto northbound I-15 from the west side belt. Crash I-15 northbound 123rd south in Draper on the left shoulder. Looks like that one is clearing up a little bit, but still is causing some slowage just as you come around Point of the Mountain. And whatever you're seeing on the roads, you can share it with us. 33986. What's better than a drag show on Valentine's Day? The Drag Collective presents Stupid Cupid featuring Lady Bunny this Friday, Valentine's Day, at the Stateroom. Get tickets at thestateroompresents.com.
Just a one-finger victory salute.
There you go.
There you go. All right, we're going to take a break. We're going to play a song for you, and after the song, it is time for the Boner Recap Game. Easy to play, easy to win. All you have to do is tell us who won the Boner this morning. Surely you were listening this morning and can just tell us who won the Boner. If you weren't listening, I wouldn't guess today. No. I wouldn't guess. Cheat. Go to x96.com. Look for the box that says Boner Voting February 13, 2025. Click and vote. And, it's right there. It'll say winner next to the correct answer. What is the prize?
Tickets to see David Gray Monday, February 17th at the Eccles Theater.
Folks like David Gray, 877-602-9696. That is the number to call to play the Boner Recap Game, and you will win tickets to see David Gray. 877-602-9696 after these messages and a song. Harmon's for Valentine's Day. That's tomorrow, by the way. Just so you know.
Stop into Harmon's. You could even stop in tomorrow and find everything you need for
You
Valentine's Day.
You could.
Floral arrangements. Every arrangement crafted by a Harmon's floral designer. They partner with the best growers to bring you the fresh, long-lasting flowers that truly will impress. So if you just need something at the last minute, I suggest chocolate-covered cinnamon bears. They're delicious.
Honestly, I didn't know that they A, existed, or B, that I liked them until I tried them.
Double R Ranch beef, prime choice or Wagyu available. Do some surf and turf.
Is that what you're doing?
Yep.
You're going to do that?
Sure. Yep.
Make sure you get some dessert, too. Get a custom-made heart from a Harmon's Bakery associate, or you can just get some Mrs. Kavanaugh's chocolate hearts.
Yeah, and you can do all of this by just find your Harmon's grocery store by going to harmonsgrocery.com. There's one near you, I'm sure. harmonsgrocery.com.
The X96 secret...
These are things that are bugging you, dear friends of the program, things that must go from your life. You can't stand it anymore. I can't stand this no more. So you say, I know, I'll send this to Radio from Hell, and maybe it'll make me feel better, and maybe these things will actually disappear from my life. So if you want to participate in Must Go, just send us an email, radiofromhell@x96.com, put Must Go in the subject line, and then state your grievances, and we'll see what we can do about it. Let's see, I'll go first. I have a couple of my own. I'm tired of this phrase. We just don't need to hear, I love me some. I love me some fried potatoes.
Oh, but I love me some fried potatoes.
I love me some scuba diving. I love me some peppermint. I don't give just that must go. I love me some. And then phone interviews. On news programs, particularly, where the correspondent is interviewing someone on the phone, and there's a dog barking continually in the background, or a child crying continually in the background, or whatever it is.
Or they're in
at
their
least
car
acknowledge
with the window
it.
rolled down.
At least acknowledge it, or say, you know what? Let's continue this at another time because it's too irritating. But they just don't even acknowledge it. The dog barks and the people talk, and it's this one says, you may use my name. Okay, Flint. This is your sole left-leaning listener in Montpelier, Idaho, which is Bear Lake area. My thing that must go is unsatisfying buttons that don't click, like the gummy ones on my garage door opener. Some kind of positive feedback like a beep so I know I pushed it. That's all. Thanks.
Oh, okay.
This one says, feel free to use my name, Data Dave. Old milk must go.
Yeah.
I have 2 kids. One is 5, the other is 2. They love milk, which is fine. What needs to go is finding sippy cups that are half or more full of milk that has been left out for God knows how long. It's gross and plays havoc with my OCD. I love them dearly, and they aren't old enough to blame, but I have grown to hate milk more than just about anything else in the whole rotten old world.
Wow.
I'll keep the kids, but the milk can just get the hell out. This one says, poor work ethic, laziness, cost of living, taxes, crappy government, greed. Oh, my God, the list goes on. Must go. Tana. And then finally this one, I'm in the process again for the more than I can count time to verify and re-list all of my medications and supplements for a medical appointment. Why is it that it's always recorded incorrectly? I mean, if it's so important, why can't they ever get it right? Please, please, for the love of all that's holy, make this go away. Thank you, Lords Anonymous. Gina?
This is from Ashley. Things that must go. The 30-minute lines to get onto Hill Air Force Base. People can't get out of their driveways on Hillfield Road. Hundreds of cars idling. It must be pretty bad, and it must go. This from Ian of Sandy. Dearest Lords, feel free to use my name. Me remembering for weeks and weeks each Tuesday to send these in, only to forget to do so by the time I've gotten home to listen to things that must go. But you did it this time, Ian. You got it. Let's see. Bill's current and increased bodily struggles must go. Bill, having largely dropped the moniker Handsome Bill Allred, must go. Really? Given his strong stance on a few subjects, in my opinion, he should be proudly referring to himself as the handsome and youthful Bill Allred of the Great Salt Lake City.
Wow.
Well, thank you. I don't feel so handsome these days.
Let's see. And finally, having no air conditioning myself at home, and for y'all in the studio during these 90-degree-plus days, fans and spray bottles bring little or no relief.
Yep.
Let's see, this from Ann in Immigration Canyon. One thing that must go is tiny public bathroom stalls with doors that open toward the toilet.
Oh, yeah.
And then when I'm exiting the stall, you have to almost back up and stand over the toilet to get the door back open again.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see, finally, these from Tony, my things that must go. Being unable to decide what to bring to a picnic. That's terrible.
Oh, no.
And Carrie being unable to finish off a milkshake because we're just served too much at restaurants.
Yeah.
I can't finish them either.
I can't, no.
Carrie?
All right. Let's see. This one from Whitney. My sister and I have been keeping this list. So here we go. Things that must go. Cold butter on toast, pancakes, waffles. Cold butter on anything, really. Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
When the camera doesn't pause long enough in a show for you to read a text message.
Oh, yeah,
So
when
you
they
have
show
to-
a phone.
You have to go
yes.
back. You have to hit pause, find your glasses, and read it. Yeah. Packaged foods with a perforated edge that you shouldn't need scissors for, but when you pull the tab, the top part of the package is still sealed, and you need scissors anyway. Pickle jars with lids so tight that you need a husband to open them.
Where do I get one of those?
I always call my husband. The long goodbye on the phone, especially in a professional setting. It goes like this. Okay, great. Thanks so much. Talk to you soon. Sounds good. Thanks for the call. Anytime. You have a great week. You too. You too. Have a good one. Have a good one. Am I being held hostage? There you go. Let's see, this one from Zane. Did you ever notice when you first watched Independence Day, the movie, you realized the president didn't have any Secret Service with him until way later in the show?
Oh.
Interesting. Our air conditioning went out. It was 90 degrees in our house for about a week, so bless you all for dealing with this AC situation. I love being a redhead, but what must go is that I get a sunburn very, very easy. Washing her car, and then the bird decides to make it dirty right after you get it washed.
Yeah.
And my wife not being able to get better after 2 visits to the hospital.
Oh, I'm sorry, Zane.
Now make that 3 visits, and she's in so much pain.
Oh.
Marianne, let's see. Had a blast at a water park with my twins yesterday, only to wake up with positional vertigo.
Oh, I
this
hate that.
morning.
I've had that.
Luckily, I'm married to a physician, and he knew how to talk me through the positional exercises needed to at least get me to the point where I can stand up again. I suspect it was one of the wild slides I went on at the water park that triggered it, but that must go. And finally this, I have just one very annoying, totally inane problem. When eating your way through a jar of peanuts, you sometimes get that one really bitter, really
Ruins the
bitter
whole thing.
peanut.
Yeah.
That's got to go.
Things that must go on the radio.
Isn't it Mark Fox from Haircut 100's birthday today? I said, yes. Because he's a drummer, as is Ringo in Taylorsville. All the drummers know each other.
It's like a secret society.
Yep. Some of these, Gina, are so far-fetched
I don't
that
know what you're talking about.
I don't know what to make of it.
All right.
Perfect sense.
Taylorsville.
Yeah.
Ringo.
The most important thing is Taylorsville.
Taylorsville is the most important thing, not Ringo.
Or if you're from Utah, it's Tellersville. All right. Well, let's proceed.
You got a contestant there?
Looks like the randomizer will pick Chad.
Hello, Chad.
There he is.
Chad, are you there?
Hello, yeah.
Hi. How are you today?
I'm doing good.
Good. Chad, you know what we're going to do here? We're going to do the boner recap. I'll read the three candidates to you, and if you can tell me which one was the winner, you will garner yourself a fine prize, which is what, Gina?
Which is tickets to see David Gray coming Monday, February 17th to the Eccles Theater.
All right. Did you hear the boner candidates? Yeah, it is exciting. Did you hear the boner candidates earlier, Chad?
I did not, but I have been doing some research.
Well,
you should do your own research.
Good for you, Chad. I like that. It's a studious attitude. I'm going to read I'll read the candidates now. You tell me the winner. Number one, they were meant for each other. This is Lauren Boebert and Kid Rock. And she was flirting with him, and then they got into a taxi cab together in Washington, D.C. at about 2:30 in the morning. And, well, who knows what happened after that? Who knows? Then there was boner candidate number two. I don't know why we let her in the country in the first place. This Texas Congressman Gill, is circulating a petition to have U.S. Congresswoman Ilhan Omar deported from the United States. We need to send her back to her own country.
She's a U.S. citizen.
She's a U.S. citizen. She's been here since 2000. And she was just reelected to her district in Minnesota. They think very highly of her, as a matter of fact. They say she is a fierce protector of democracy and a tireless advocate for her district. That's boner candidate number two. And boner candidate number three, I would point out to the gentlewoman from Florida that the people she wants to have testify are all dead. This is Republican Representative Anna Paulina Luna, who announced that she wants to use her newfound task force dedicated to uncovering federal secrets to question the investigators and the Warren Commission who investigated the assassination of President John F. Kennedy. The only problem with that is, Ms. Luna, is they're long dead.
Yes.
Long dead, all of them. Those, yeah.
It is funny.
It is.
It would be funny.
Except these people are in charge of, making rules for us.
That's the thing.
So, Chad, which one was the winner?
Oh, it's got to be those pesky Somalian immigrants. Number two.
Number two. Yep. That was it. Yep. She's not going to be deported. They're not. This is just so ridiculous. So ridiculous.
Again, we waste all this time.
Yep. All right,
passing
Chad.
things that don't need to pass and harassing people that don't need to be harassed.
But that's okay, Chad. You get to go have fun at
David
Gray. So hang on the line.
Sweet.
Sweet indeed.
Thank you, guys.
You bet. Hang on.
Folks can find out more about that show at x96.com.
Yes. I'm not familiar with him.
Babylon. You might know Babylon. That was the song of his that we played. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I do. Yeah. I do know that song. Yeah. Oh, now I know who it is.
All right. Well, let's take a break. We'll be back in about 5 minutes with some big boy news and a Pinuendo. Stand by for all of that after these.
I'm Beat Gina announcer Johnny. Big news for the ladies, Ola.
Oh.
Well.
And ladies, I've got big news for you.
Okay.
Rinso is now available in a new big economy size.
Rinso.
It saves you money with mountains of thicker, richer suds for whites, coloreds, and dishes. Mrs. E. Miller of Cannonville says, with 9 in my family and 15 dozen barber towels a week, I'm changing to the big economy size. I'm proud of my snowy white Rinso wash. Well, thanks, Mrs. M. And Mrs. A. Adams of Aurora says, a new home and a new baby and Rinso are 3 of my blessings. Rinso keeps colored so fresh. I want the economy size for my family of 5. Well, you got it, Mrs. A. A fine lever product used by 2 out of 3 women. Rinso, now in the big economy size. Ooh. And now, when he walks into a room, women swoon and men step aside. He's your Beat Gina host, Carrie Jackson.
Oh, thank you, Johnny Ola.
You're welcome.
All right, it's going to be tricky today. The randomizer has picked Gina.
Oh, hi,
to
Gina.
play Beat Gina.
Uh-oh.
Hi, everyone. This is Phone Gina again.
Phone Gina. Okay, that's how we'll differentiate.
Yeah. Okay.
There's Gina and Phone Gina.
Got
All
it.
right, Phone Gina. We're going to toss a coin to see who goes first. You call it heads or tails.
Let's go ahead.
All right. It is heads.
Oh, you're one step closer, Phone Gina, to getting these tickets to see Cage the Elephant with Young the Giant June 20th at Utah First Credit Union Amphitheater.
All right, so Phone Gina, the first question is for you. It is Stanley Kubrick trivia today because it's Stanley Kubrick Death Day. Boy, this is going to be great for both of you, I think.
We can do it, Gina.
But if Gina manages to claw her way from behind and beat Phone Gina, what are you prepared to do in Gina's name, Phone Gina?
I'm going to donate to the Humane Society.
Thank you. All right, so the first question is for Phone Gina. Stanley Kubrick trivia. If you get it correct, you get the point. If not, I'll allow Gina to answer it correctly and steal your point away. We'll go back and forth till one of you has 3 points. Phone Gina, what was Stanley Kubrick's first feature film? Director Stanley Kubrick's first feature film. Is it 1, President Nerd? Is it 2, Scorcher 4, Global Meltdown? 3, Fear and Desire? Or 4, 2001, A Space Odyssey?
I'm going to go with number 4.
Oh, see, I threw that in there to trick you.
Yeah.
Fear and Desire?
It is.
That's correct.
Correct.
That's 1 point for Gina, Studio Gina, and Studio Gina controls the question.
Gina.
Yes.
What was Stanley Kubrick's most successful movie?
Okay.
Most successful movie. Was it 1, Muppets Fight Club?
Yes.
2, Eyes Wide Shut?
Yes.
3, 2001, A Space Odyssey? Or 4, Rosemary's Baby Daddy?
I mean, I don't think it was his best movie, but my guess is more people went to it because of who was in it. Eyes Wide Shut?
Correct.
That's 2 points for Gina. Phone Gina, you don't have any points, but you do control the question.
All right. Phone Gina. According to Stanley Kubrick's daughter, Katharina, he had an intense dislike for what movie? Now, these are not movies that he made.
I hate this movie.
I really hate this movie that someone else did. Is it 1, A Dog Took My Face and Gave Me a Better Face to Change the World, the Celeste Cunningham story? Is it 2, Ass, the movie? Is it 3, Citizen Kane? Or 4, The Wizard of Oz?
Ooh, I'm going to say Wizard of Oz.
Correct.
Oh, well.
Why? Why?
Don't know.
There's a point for Phone Gina.
You'd have to ask Katharina.
Okay.
It's 2-1. Gina controls the question. She has 2 points. She could win with this question.
All right, Gina. Let's see. Let's go with this one here. All right. What was Stanley Kubrick's favorite pastime activity?
Okay.
To kill the time.
Okay.
Is it 1, extreme ironing? Yeah. Is it 2, competitive dog grooming? 3, playing chess? Or 4, playing poker?
Because you'd think chess, but maybe not. But I'm going chess.
And Gina wins the game.
Yes.
Sorry, Phone Gina. You did get 1 point, though. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Phone Gina, because you're a Gina. We always give prizes to people named Gina.
Is that right?
It just doesn't happen very often that we get a Gina call.
Okay.
We're going to go ahead and give you these tickets anyway to see Cage the Elephant with Young the Giant June 20th at Utah First Credit Union Amphitheater. If folks want ticket information, you can go to x96.com for that.
All right.
And I've got to go.
Awesome, thank you.
Hang on the line.
I've got to go. I've got to go clean some things with my new big box of Rinso.
right, 9:19, and it is time for Big Boy News and Opinioendo. Brought to you by...
Catch Odyssey Dance Theater's Shut Up and Dance April 2nd through the 5th. Roses are red, violets are blue. Odyssey Dance has a Valentine's deal for you.
Ooh.
2 tickets for the price of 1. Take your Valentine, have some fun. Go to odysseydance.com. Tune in all week long with Artie Fufkin. He'll have tickets to give away.
The U.S. Coast Guard has released audio captured from an underwater recorder that appears to include the sound of the Titan submersible imploding in the fatal accident that killed 5 people in 2023. It says that the audio records the suspected acoustic signature of the Titan submersible being crushed by the pressure of the water above it. The recorder captured the sound about 900 miles away from where the submersible imploded. On the recording, the sound is similar to an echoing roll of thunder.
It's crazy you can hear that from 900 miles away.
The Titan submersible, owned by Washington-based OceanGate, disappeared on a dive to the wreck of the Titanic on June 18, 2023. The incident triggered a 5-day search of the ocean floor that ended with authorities said that they believed all on board had died in the accident. This is interesting. I might go to this. Utah leaders are... Okay, I'll just read it the way it's written. Utah leaders are used to being on their soapbox at the state capitol, but they're eager to see soapboxes rolling down Capitol Hill later this year.
What?
Red Bull has announced that it will bring its Soapbox Race Series to 3 U.S. cities this year, including an event at the Utah Capitol grounds in Salt Lake on June 14. It's the first time the event will be held in Utah since it was created 25 years ago. The Austrian energy drink company made its grand announcement, I didn't know Red Bull was Austrian, by sending 2 skydivers who glided onto the Capitol lawn to deliver racing helmets with an event logo on them to Governor Spencer Cox and other state officials. Event organizers estimate that June's soapbox race will draw about 20,000 people downtown. Utah is the state of sport, but we are also the state of extreme sport, Cox said, standing beside 2 soapbox derby vehicles parked next to the Capitol grounds. X96.com/live. We can't wait to see it and can't wait again to welcome the world to Utah. Soapbox racing dates back to the 1930s when the first Soapbox Derby event was held in Ohio. As noted by the International Soapbox Derby, a reporter named Myron Scott saw kids racing down hills in homemade cars, which sparked the idea for what became the organization. It held its first event in 1934. There's always been a kind of a mystique around it, a kind of a excitement. As I remember as a little kid thinking it would be so cool to do that. But you know, kids build their own cars, and then it's gotten to the point where these soapbox cars are really they're
not soapboxes
no,
at all.
they're not soapboxes at all anymore. They're very precision cars, and they go really fast by the power of gravity. A Euclid Space Telescope has spotted a rare halo of bright light known as an Einstein ring in a galaxy not so far, far away. The ring was seen around a galaxy known as NGC 6505, which is a mere 590 million light years away, according to the European Space Agency. It's the first time the ring of light encircling that galaxy has been detected, scientists said, although the galaxy itself has been studied before. An Einstein ring, it says here, named as a nod to Albert Einstein's theory of relativity.
I was wondering why they called it that.
I thought it was after Doc Brown's dog.
Is light from a galaxy that bends in a way to encircle a closer object. The first known Einstein ring was discovered in 1987. Still not known just how many exist in the universe.
This is not an Einstein ring. It's an Angel Gabriel ring.
Millie Bobby Brown spoke out in a Vanity Fair cover story about her film contracts leaking online. Reports surfaced in July of 2022 that Millie Bobby Brown was making $10 million for starring in and producing Netflix's Enola Holmes 2, which would be the highest salary ever for an actor under 20 years old. Then came the constant Stranger Things salary leaks, including Brown earning at least $250,000 an episode starting in the 3rd season. Brown did not confirm or deny the account of those deals, but did tell Vanity Fair that it's dangerous for any contract for a teen star or younger to be made public like that.
It's true.
Brown stressed that while she has always felt protected in her career by her parents and by Netflix, she noted that the contracts she signed as a teen should never have leaked online and should have been protected so that they're not on the record. It puts children in a dangerous situation, she said.
Well, I mean, it'd be pretty easy to figure out how these contracts leaked or who leaked them.
Yeah.
I mean,
only so many people have access
exactly.
to them.
I mean, I think about our contracts, and I think there's maybe 5 people that have access to them.
Cedric the Entertainer got that name for a good reason. He's more than a comedian and an actor. In college, Cedric was in singing groups. And when I started to perform, I would sing a lot in my shows, adding these characters and jokes with a lot of vocalization to them. The whole point of this story is he was unveiled as the what's he called? The honeypot, the honeypot on The Masked Singer. The honeypot.
That was his costume.
Yeah, that was his costume. Disney is going to update It's a Small World. After nearly 60 years of being a Disneyland staple, the iconic It's a Small World ride is getting a new set of lyrics for a new generation of park visitors. Disney Parks announced on its blog that the updated lyrics will premiere at Disneyland in time for the park's 70th anniversary. The verse was written by late composer Richard Sherman before he died last May at 8. It was written before he died.
Well,
so you know
how did he do it?
Yeah. It was written before he died last May at 95.
Well, they walked over to the Haunted Mansion, and Madame Leota was able to channel.
The new lyrics were first unveiled in the short film The Last Verse last November, which, with the verse reading, Mother Earth unites us in heart and mind, and the love we give makes us humankind through our vast, wondrous land. When we stand hand in hand, it's a small world after all. This is way too woke.
That's a mouthful.
Way too woke.
But did they remove something?
Yeah,
or they just added this?
They just added it.
They're just adding that.
Because the lyrics to It's a Small World are very short and simple.
Yeah.
And repeated over and over again, which is the curse of the ride. And It's a Small World's always been woke, by the way.
Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl halftime performance.
Huge.
Yeah. It was huge, and he's known for his storytelling. It says here there were 6 hidden messages in his performance, and I look it up. I don't think I want to go through them.
I had it broken down to me, and pretty cool.
This is
huge numbers, though. The highest rated halftime ever.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. This is pretty bizarre. Over the past several years, OnlyFans has become one of the biggest ways for content creators to earn a living or supplement their income. Several celebrities have joined the site, including former Vixen and current Femme Fatale frontwoman Lorraine Lewis, who recently defended her decision to join the site by joking that I'm in my bad period right now. In a new interview, the 66-year-old Lewis, who is also a senior casting producer at the production company Renegade 83, spoke about joining the site, saying, I'm stoked about OnlyFans. The response has been amazing, she said. I have wanted to join OnlyFans for a very long time. I think it's a cool platform. It can be whatever you want it to be. I think a lot of people think it's just really porn, but it's not. It doesn't have to be, but it is sexy, I'll tell you that. Like, I'm hella sexy, she said. Okay, that's great.
Good for you.
Makes me really want to run over there and look at it right now.
Well, you don't just look at it, Bill. You got to sign up.
I know that the guy who owns it or runs it, I think he lives in. I want to say he lives in England. This has made him a billionaire.
I'm sure
it is. He is.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Let's see. Saquon Barkley is coming to Taylor Swift's defense. The Philadelphia Eagles star ripped Eagles fans who hit Swift with a loud chorus of boos during the Super Bowl Sunday in New Orleans. Swift, who was at the game to watch her boyfriend, Travis Kelce, seemed extremely confused when fans showered her with boos when she was first shown on screen at Caesars Superdome. I don't get it, Barkley said in an interview with Howard Stern. I don't get why she was getting hate there. She was just in a suite watching the game. Nothing, why would people want to boo her?
He's a nice guy.
It seems like Eagles fans didn't mean anything too malicious by it. They were booing the Chiefs all night and seemed to have the edge fan-wise inside the stadium. Others in the political world are reaching out because of it, Barkley said. He said, nah, she's helping the NFL gain new fans, he said. And she said she had a simple reason for being there, to support her significant other. Yeah, that's nice of him. And that's about... Oh, Kerry King says, no, there will never be a new Slayer album.
Okay.
I'm okay with that. And that's
You don't
about
have
it.
to.
Yeah.
Weather?
Okay, winter weather advisory starting at 11. Now, this is mainly going to be rain down here in the valley because it's still pretty warm. 41 for a high today. We will get pretty significant snow in the mountains, though. And this storm goes through, I'm looking all the way into the first part of next week, actually. Atmospheric river, what they call it. So, overnight low tonight, 35. Tomorrow, high 46. Saturday, high 39. Sunday, 44. Monday, we won't be here Monday. It's President's Day. High of 45. But there is a chance of rain and or snow all the way through the weekend. Big O Tires President's Day sale is here now through February 17th. Buy 3, get 1 free on their very own Big O brand tires. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
Thank you.
Listen to Radio from Hell at Home when you first wake up. Just tell your smart speaker to play X96.
The speed, the thrill.
Ever show up? She wants Mo.
I don't know. I hope so.
Well, if you want Mo, then you'll get Mo here at Beat Gina. I'm your announcer, Johnny Ola. Have you ever wondered why so many women smoke Lucky Strike cigarettes?
I have wondered that.
It's because Lucky's draw easily and burn evenly. So round, so firm, so fully packed. Lucky Strike cigarettes. And now, don't you strike out for another show, because here's someone we're lucky to have filling in for your host, Carrie Jackson. It's Katie for short.
Hey, Katie.
Hello,
Hi.
Katie for short.
Hello.
It's nice to have you here.
Thanks. It's nice to be here.
You're going to MC the game, are you?
You bet.
Do we have a contestant?
We do. We've got Marcy. Marcy, are you there?
I'm here. Yep.
Beautiful. All right, Marcy. First, if you don't know how to play Beat Gina, it is the first to 3 to win. And if Gina beats you, what are you offering her?
I'll donate $100 to the Road Home.
Excellent.
Beautiful.
And if you beat me, you will get tickets to see Cage the Elephant at Utah First Credit Union Amphitheater on June 20th, featuring special guest Young the Giant. If you want more information about that show, you can go to x96.com.
All right.
You're going to toss a coin?
I am going to use my phone because I don't know where Carrie's coin is at the moment.
It's in his pocket.
It probably is.
Over there, I think.
It might be. All right. Marcy, it is you get to call it. Is it heads or tails?
Tails.
Let's see.
Katie's flipping with her phone.
I forgot I turned my sound off, and so it is tails. All right, Marcy. You're going first.
One step closer to winning those Cage the Elephant tickets.
All right.
Sweet. I'm stoked.
Like it was ever in question.
First question. Prince. So this is Prince trivia. I think I forgot to mention this. Prince trivia because it is his birthday. He has a duet, or he was to duet with Michael Jackson on his album Bad, but said no to at the last second. Why did he not, or what did he not like about the song? And why did he say no? 1, he found out he was shorter than Michael. 2, he didn't like the first lyrics, "Your butt is mine." 3, you could not get a straight answer as to who or what Shimon is or was. 4, Prince wanted a searing guitar solo in there, and Michael said no.
Ooh, I'm going to go with the last one, D. D.
In B.
The last one or
The
B?
last one or B?
The last
D as in dog.
D as in dog.
Is that the last one? Yeah.
That is incorrect.
Oh,
shoot.
yes. Yeah, you don't ever turn down a searing guitar solo from Prince. I bet he didn't like "Your Butt Is Mine," maybe. Is that really what
it really is correct? Yes, that is.
Oh no!
That is 1 point for Gina right there for you.
All right.
All right.
Gina controls the question.
I thought we'd have Cage the Elephant trivia. I mean, that.
You would think, but it's Prince's birthday. All right, Gina.
Here we go.
Let's find a harder one for you.
What? There's no such thing.
All right. During high school, he was in a band. What was the name of the band?
Okay.
Number 1, Champagne. Number 2, Nice Little Salad. Number 3, Purple Rain. Or 4, Layover Diarrhea.
Jeez. It must be Champagne.
It's 2 points for Gina. Marcy, you've got to get back into the game. Or get
Man,
into
I'm
the
behind.
Game. Yes.
All right.
2-0.
All right, Marcy, here's this for you. What of the following songs was he mentioned in? Is it 1, You Get What You Give by New Radicals? Number 2, Shoop by Salt and Peppa? Number 3, Dry Lube by the Cells Themselves? Or 4, Lil Dad Bod by Magician's Beard?
Oh, goodness. I have no idea. B. B as in boy.
B as in boy? You are correct.
Wow, good
Yes.
guess.
All right, she's making her way back into the game.
Well,
but
making a comeback.
It's 2-1, but Gina controls the question. She could win.
All right, Gina. In his An Evening with Kevin Smith in 2002 film, director Kevin Smith says that he learned during the shooting of a documentary for Prince that he has made about 50 things that were never released. What did he make? Is it number 1, 50 dessert cookbooks? Number 2, 50 different patent shades of purple?
Okay.
Number 3, 50 music videos for songs that were never released? Or number 4, 50 ways to leave your lover?
I'm wondering if it's videos.
Is that your final answer? You
and
are
Gina
correct.
wins the game. So sorry, Marcy.
No,
So sorry.
You know what? It's not
Dang
Marcy's
it.
fault. She thought she was getting Cage the Elephant trivia, and so she was not expecting.
I would have smoked that.
There you go.
I think because we didn't give her the trivia she wanted, we should go ahead and give you these Cage the Elephant tickets anyway.
Aw,
We've
that's
got a
so nice.
and we've got a pack of Lucky Strike cigarettes for you as well. So enjoy that.
All right, Marcy, we're going to put you on
I'll
hold.
donate those too.
Oh, thank you. We're going to put you on hold, and somebody will get your information for you.
All right. Well, it's so long for now. I've been selected to be 9:36. You remember last week we talked to the people at Starbase Hill.
Yes.
They've sent us a little gift and a letter.
That's nice.
To the Radio from Hell crew, I wanted to thank you, Bill, Terry, Gina, and Katie.
Yeah.
That happens.
Of course, we have a website.
For being our wingman. Starbase Hill continues the fight to open its doors and serve the youth of northern Utah. Without your help, our efforts would definitely be fruitless. Hopefully, the great education we offer will help. We will bombard the offices of Senator Lee and Senator Curtis in the hopes of gaining their support. Having the Senate Appropriations Committee recede to the House's proposed budget of $60 million, the fart in a windstorm, would restart operations nationwide for DoD Starbase. And it goes on to talk about the program and what it is, as they described it on the air. But it says, again, I'm a huge fan of yours. It was absolutely wonderful talking to you about our program, and I've enclosed these challenge coins.
Oh.
I wish I could coin you myself, but there's one for each of us. There are these Starbase Hill challenge coins. On one side it says Starbase Hill Wingman, and then it's got a picture of Delicate Arch with some jets.
Oh, that's
There's
cool.
one for you. You can use that for the coin toss.
We'll see how it works with me, Gina.
What would the heads be? I guess the arches would be tails, probably. Right?
Probably the beehive would be the
head.
I think.
Yeah, they're very nice. And anyway, it says if there's anything I can ever do for you, thanks for your incredible support. I wish I'd be there to coin you myself, but please don't hesitate to give me a call. David Amprin.
This is only one of many, many programs that might go away and not come back.
There's one for you too, Katie.
Boy, that's a pretty substantial
It's heavy,
coin.
isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not like most challenge
big.
coins
It's
that
big.
we have.
It's a little bigger than most
Yeah.
of them.
Yeah.
And it's a little heavier.
All right. Well, we'll swap this one. We'll use this one instead of our other one.
What was the other? What was the one I gave you to do the?
Well, the one we've been using, because I lost the one that you gave me,
Oh.
and then I found another one that is University of Utah National Center for Veterans Studies is the one I have been using. So we'll swap that one out.
You used to collect these, Bill.
I have a whole bunch of them. I had them displayed in a little case, and but then when I moved some stuff around, I just put them in a bag, and they're in a bag somewhere. I've probably got about 50 or 60 challenge coins.
I have a couple Radio from Hell challenge coins.
Yeah,
left.
I got a couple of those.
It was a good idea, but the Radio from Hell challenge coins were not. They tried to put too much on them.
Yeah, they were overly complicated.
Yeah, and it didn't show up well.
These are really cool.
But there you go. So thank you, and I hope they can get that Starbase Hill thing refunded. Some states fund them themselves.
You know, we have a surplus here.
Yeah.
Yes, I know, but we've got to give.
And we care about children. This should be a no-brainer.
No,
we've
got to give tax breaks to some landowners.
Oh.
We got to.
And you know what I like? I like the idea of the Starbase Hill, too, because they call it, instead of calling it a STEM program, it's a STEAM program. Science, technology, and arts. Science, technology, engineering, art, and mathematics. They put art in there, which I think all programs like that should do. Even if you're studying to be a scientist, you ought to have a little bit of art education as well.
Well, I get to decide what is the art.
Yeah.
I'm not an art teacher or studied art, but I'm a legislator.
You know what it is.
I mean, art.
You know if it's art when you see it, right?
Why don't you make with the art, and I'll judge it right now.
Is this the new head of the Kennedy Center? Is that?
That's Donald Trump.
I know art.
He's the chairman.
Oh, I thought you were going to do that story today, by the way, Bill.
Didn't get to it. But
Ben Folds.
Yeah, left.
And somebody else.
Shonda Rhimes.
Shonda Rhimes.
And not Beverly Sills, the other opera singer. I can't think of her name now. Yeah, but the three pretty big names
said we're out.
Just left the Kennedy Center. You know, I performed on the stage at that Kennedy Center.
Really? You did?
I did.
What did you perform?
Well,
I did art.
I did act in art. I was there. It was where some auditions were being held. Every year there would be what they call the regional theater auditions, and college students go and they audition to find summer theater work at regional theaters. So it's a whole bunch of people from all over the country, and they hold them in region. They hold them on the East Coast, one on the West Coast, and one in the Midwest. And people from Shakespeare companies and summer theater companies, they all come, and then students go and audition. So I auditioned, had to do 2 pieces, standing on that stage by myself, darkened auditorium. There were probably about 40 people out there, and I didn't get a job.
Oh, I would have hired you, Bill.
Oh, wait, no, I did get it. I'm sorry, I take it back. I did get a job.
Well, now that we're in charge of the art, what's going to happen is we're going to put pictures of the First Lady up with those very tasteful nudes
with the
that
guns?
she did. That's art.
The nudes.
That's what we have decided is art, and that will be displayed.
I was told my audition at that time was embarrassing.
Told by whom?
By a theater professor of mine was there looking to hire some people. I didn't know he was there.
You were just nervous, probably.
No, it was embarrassing because of the subject matter that I chose.
Which was what?
It was a letter that was in Rolling Stone, and it was about a kid talking about the assassination of John Kennedy, and it was how he said he was homesick from school, and he liked to look at dirty magazines when he was home by himself, and he's just narrating this, and I'd get under the covers with a blanket and look at these dirty magazines, and my mother was at work and nobody was home, so I was looking at these dirty magazines. All of a sudden, the door to my bedroom opened, and my mother said, "President Kennedy's been shot." And I felt like it was my fault. And that was pretty much the piece, except there's a little bit of masturbation involved as well.
You see, Bill, if you'd have done that scene from The Odd Couple that we talked about.
That's right. That's exactly right.
It would have been more successful.
I decided to go out on a limb and do something sort of...
Well, you let us decide what is art, all right?
I still to this day think it was a really good piece because it just the way the voice of the kid saying, I thought that it was my fault that he was shot.
Aww.
Because he was guilty about looking at dirty magazines.
Yep. All right. Well, we will take a break. We will be back after these messages and a song to crawl towards the exit. Stand by. Harmon's for Valentine's Day is tomorrow.
It is. Damn.
And if for some reason you can't get to the store today and you're thinking, I'm not going to be able to find anything for Valentine's tomorrow, you will. Harmon's always has a beautiful selection of flowers, but they will have extra on hand tomorrow. You will be able to find a beautiful flower arrangement.
Yeah, they'll stock up for tomorrow. And they have all kinds of other stuff. How about pastries? They have a great bakery at Harmon's.
Bakery at Harmon's is so good.
Yeah, so you can get some nice pastries. Get some steaks. Some double R ranch steaks and some seafood, maybe some lobster tails or crab legs or both, and have a nice dinner for Valentine's Day.
I love it.
Everything you need is at Harmon's. All you need to do to find a Harmon's near you is go to harmonsgrocery.com. You can see some of the flower arrangements that they have online, and you think, that's the one I want. Go get it. Go pick it up. It's probably too late for delivery, but go to harmonsgrocery.com for
sponsored you.
I don't know.
Very unprofessional.
It's time to talk to the donut critic.
Really?
Benjamin Lee. Ben, good morning. How are you?
Great, and I'm sorry I missed 2 weeks ago. I was in Disneyland, so.
All right. Now, Ben, Valentine's Day, and you're talking donuts for Valentine's Day.
Yeah, because usually when I get to Valentine's Day, I've already forgotten or I think I can pick up something, but that's always not the case.
Yeah.
You get there, they've sold out, they've already booked, and so you end up going to the grocery store, getting something that nobody wants, and probably spending more money than you had planned for.
I got you this rose at the 7-Eleven.
No, it works, obviously, but I think this is going to be your reminder. So go out and book the place that you want, restaurant-wise, treat-wise, and or order from Amazon or wherever you're getting stuff to get it by Valentine's Day. So 2 weeks away to Valentine's Day.
Okay, now tell us about the Chubby Baker. What can we get for Valentine's Day?
Okay, so they have a box going on. It's a heart-shaped box with 3 donuts and 2 drinks.
This is adorable, by the way. Katie's going to post a picture of this so you can see it.
Yeah, Chubby Baker has gone all out on this box. It's an amazing box in itself, and then the donuts are just phenomenal.
Oh, man, they are really good.
So what Chubby Baker does really well is her base. So she is originally from Thailand. She moved here and kind of was trying to decide what to do. So she brought her Asian flavors into her bakery. And so it's an Asian American bakery that honestly serves the lightest and the freshest flavors. So what
just the plain donut is delicious.
Yes.
I mean, it's amazing.
So what I have brought and what you're tasting right now, the pink one that I have given you is a hot guava.
It's got like tahini or something on it.
There's a little
spice in it.
Yeah, there's something going on there.
So it's got the great flavor of guava, but yes, it's got that little heat to it.
It's so good.
Yeah, it's amazing. Then there's the Ferrero Rocher. So that one's just pretty typical with more of like a Nutella and a nut to it.
Lovely.
She has a brown butter glaze that I gave you as well.
Quite like that one too, yeah.
Yep. And again, when it goes with an amazing base, it just heightens that so much. And then the crown jewel is the passion fruit cream cheese. So you'll notice there are some seeds on that, but it's a cream cheese mixed with passion fruit and then topped with passion fruit on top, some fresh passion fruit.
I'll have yours, Gina.
I'm busy. These are really, really good.
Yes.
Now, I see here, and I've never heard of Chubby Baker. There's 3 locations?
Oh, really?
So she has one on 9th South and 300 East. That was her first location.
That was the one I was aware of.
Yep. It's kind of tucked in on 9 South, so sometimes if you're not looking, it's hard to notice, but it's a big pink sign. And then she opened up an orange store late last year, right by University Mall.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're going to Trader Joe's, you might as well just like hop over and go to Chubby Baker as well.
Yeah.
And then she has a Draper one opening probably later this year.
Oh, really?
And what is this angel's name?
So her name is Ying.
This angel.
And I don't want to like toot my own horn, but I was one of the first to try it and then just blast her over my Instagram feed because it was so amazing. I really did try it and immediately thought everybody has to.
Because like I said, just the base donut is incredible. And then you add all these wonderful flavors on top of it and it just...
Now this guava, is that cream cheese and guava mixed
Yes.
as well?
Yeah, so just, again, her flavors are... kind of savory, sweet, and a lot of them are very light. So you go to a traditional donut shop and you get like a heavy cream. These are really light, and so I feel like it just works and balances more with that dough and the sugar that's already within it.
Now this Valentine's special, it's the heart-shaped box, which is really cute. You get the 3 donuts like you talked about, and 2 drinks, and all of that is only $22.
Yeah, no, it's so
That's
cheap.
Very cheap.
Now wait a minute. What it says here? Oh, I misread that. It said a raspberry rose ring. I thought it said a raspberry nose ring.
Well, that would be quite the gift.
Yeah, what's that? And that's just great. And then and that box is just really clever.
Cute Valentine gift.
Honestly, you should get it as a gift for that. You know,
Exactly.
I feel like you get gifts, but there are some things that just like heighten and it's treat wise.
So if the person that we're giving Valentine for is not a donut person, I mean, they will be after these, of course, but do they have other things besides donuts?
Oh, yeah. So they have done croffles, which are like croissant and waffles.
Ooh.
They do specialty drinks, which are really good, hot or cold specialty drinks. And then they also have a lot of cakes. And again, those light flavors are infused within the cakes as well.
So you should probably, if you want to get this, reserve it now and then pick it up.
Yep. So pickups on Valentine's Day. Reservations are going on now. They will sell out. Trust me. I know that she says that there's probably a pickup option, but based on how many people are going to be ordering this, you're going to want to do it now.
Now, other than this, what are your other suggestions for Valentine's?
So specialty chocolates, obviously.
Yes.
But I'm not like a C's fan. I like to do something that's local. So you have the Chez Nibs. So owner of Les Madeleine decided to now branch off into chocolates, and her chocolates really are decadent and amazing.
And that's at the location?
Same location on Fifth South, yep.
So, yeah, we've had some of their chocolates. Oh, they are good. Yes.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
And they're pretty. They're like pretty to look at.
Yes.
They're very artistically.
Oh, very,
together.
very much so. I had a heart-shaped one, and it was, I didn't even want to eat it because it looked so pretty. And then another one that I really like is the chocolate. So they have a location in South Jordan, and then also
That's
one
the
in
name of the place?
Yep, the chocolate.
The chocolate.
Yep.
Okay.
So they do cakes really well, cookies, other desserts. And the fun thing about them is they do late night dessert. So you can go get hot chocolate, a drink, and all of your cakes and treats and hang out.
Wow.
The chocolate. And what are the locations of that again?
South Jordan. So I think it's Redwood and like 9600 South area.
Okay.
And then in Orem, it's 250 South State Street.
Okay. These are all excellent, and if you can't remember them, do we post this on our website? X96.com, or you can follow Ben on Instagram, just the Donut Critic.
Yep.
Look for him, and you'll find all this kind of stuff. Those chubby donuts are just great.
Amazing.
Her catchphrase is "chubby but happy." So
explains me.
She's a chubby angel.
Yes, she is.
All right.
All right.
Thanks, all.
Thank you, Ben. All right. That's delicious. people are asking.
Yes.
I don't know if Gina has let Dave out of the doghouse yet. I just needed a song that was 4 minutes long.
Well, he performed at the Fire Aid concert.
This is true.
Which is a good.
So is that
that's
good?
a good deed.
It's a good deed.
I suppose I could let him out of time.
Let him out.
He's going to be so grateful.
Good deed. I mean, I'm still, still disappointed in you, Dave. But
well, the opera singer I was trying to think of was Renee Fleming, that left the Kennedy Center board of directors along with Ben Folds and Shonda Rhimes.
All right, well.
Is that it? We can't end on that note.
Disappointed! What kind of a note would you like to end
know,
on?
but not that.
How about a high C?
This is Gina.
Disappointed!
All right, let's do the promo and crawl towards the exit, shall we?
All right.
Every week seems to bring us a new fresh hell.
More excuses to drink.
Let's all drink tomorrow with Jimmy the Wine Guy, starting at about 7:45.
We'll be talking all things booze, answering your booze questions.
And teasing a booze event coming up soon.
A fresh new radio from hell Friday morning. See, this is the Hell Fresh Hell radio.
Yeah.
Friday morning here on X96.
An all-new edition?
Yeah.
Okay.
We can't just reuse this?
No. I mean, we will reuse it at some point, but right now, no.
Let's see.
Something? Anything?
I'm just, okay. In a statement, Liam Gallagher says that the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is for wankers.
So Oasis.
I guess that means
the
the
nomination will not go forward. I don't think.
Okay, I'll take
Is that good?
I guess.
Does that work for you?
Sure.
Okay. All right.
I just needed a positive.
You needed
So-
something.
Well, that's a positive.
I did what I could. Wankers. All right. Fine job as always, Katie. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Don't you know who I am?
Shush your mouth.
Already.